just want to say, I wanna tell you something new. You drove us close into a wall. I drive away into the night, and I contemplate for a while.
Big up, everyone. How are you doing? Thank you very much for joining me this evening. I know it's late and it's Sunday night, but I appreciate everyone coming in. How is everyone doing? So this is your match reaction, guys. For Liverpool 2, Spurs 1. Liverpool getting their first away win of the season. And my God, was it needed. Jesus wept almighty. Yeah, big up to everyone. I hope everyone's doing well in the chat. And yeah. We are going to break down this game, guys. We're going to break down this game. But how is everyone doing? Firstly, I hope everyone is doing really well. And don't forget to hit the like button, guys. Hit the subscribe if you've not subscribed already. I appreciate it. We are on our way to 3K, guys. So make sure you subscribe. And if you have subscribed and you want to share the video out on Twitter and your socials, guys. Get the movement going, guys. The road to 3K. So big up to everyone. Thank you for joining me today. I do really, really appreciate it. Thank you very much. Hope you're all doing well. Sorry, I was just looking at something. Wow. Okay. Sorry, something just caught my eye. Peter Kay is going back out on tour again. He's my favourite comedian. So that is awesome. But big up to everyone in the chat. Hope you're all doing good. I see who's in here. Jordan's in here. My man Jordan's in here. Zabiri, how you doing? I'm doing well, my friend. Now, Stephen's in the house. First half, we were good. Second half, we couldn't keep the ball. It's so frustrating to watch. 3 points, all that matters. Big up Gary. Big up Ravi in the house. Daz. Oscar, how are you doing? John Conway. Ravi. This is going to be a good one, guys. Big up Oscar as well. Bailey, Daz in the house. Amazing intro as always, Jamie. Thank you very much. Stephen O'Connor, good evening. There's the cop. Good evening for you, my man. LFC, how you doing? Hope everyone's doing well. Thank you for joining me. I do appreciate it. So Liverpool winning away to Tottenham Hotspur in what was a much-needed win for Liverpool Football Club. It really was. I did say if Liverpool can beat Tottenham and Southampton before we go to the World Cup, I think we'll get top four. I think it's guaranteed. I really do. I've been thinking that for a while now. I'm looking at the way everything's going for us at the moment. Tottenham are not playing well. Tottenham ain't playing well. Chelsea are not playing well. Arsenal, Man City, you got to sort of say Arsenal and Man City are probably odds on to finishing them in the top four right now. And then for me, it's everyone else. I think Tottenham will start to drop points. And Antonio Conte is a terrorist, man. He plays terrorist football. He's a terrorist manager. He's the most overrated manager I think I've ever seen in my life. I don't think he's an elite coach. I've always said that. I don't think Antonio Conte is an elite level coach. I've always gone on that saying. I think he gets away with a lot because who he is. But I just don't think he's an elite level coach. And I think Tottenham will start dropping points again. Man United getting smashed by Aston Villa. Keep saying it. United will drop points. And Chelsea are just terrible. Chelsea are just terrible. They got an awful squad. They got a 35-year-old striker who doesn't want to be there. I mean, their transfers make no sense. They get rid of a Lukaku and they bring in a 35-year-old striker. It's just mad, ain't it? It's just mad. The way they play, it's just awful. Spurs, Chelsea they're awful to watch. I don't get Chelsea. Chelsea are terrible, man. Sterling's not the same player he was. That's why Pep Guardiola let him leave. It's fairly obvious now. Raheem Sterling is not that great. Sterling's best days are behind him. That is why Pep Guardiola let him leave Manchester City, because he's not up to it no more. Aubameyang's terrible. Mason Mount's dog shit. Loftus Buttcheek is terrible. Kovacic is great. Jorginho's average. You know, they've got no Chilwell now. Chilwell, whatever you want to call him. He ain't available probably the rest of the season. I don't know what's going on with Reece James. Mendy is shocking. He's the worst goalkeeper in the Premier League. Absolutely terrible. Mendy is an African Danny Ward. That's all he is. He's terrible. He's an absolutely shocking goalkeeper. Chelsea, Liverpool got every chance to make top four. They really have. They got every chance to make top four, and they should make top four. If we beat Southampton next week, job's good. And I'm telling you, Chelsea play Newcastle, I believe. Chelsea play Newcastle. So points are going to be taken off someone there. I don't know who Tottenham got in their next game on Man United, but I'm looking at Chelsea, man. Man United, not great. Liverpool have to beat Southampton. Now, the rumours is Hasenhuttl has been sacked from Southampton. You know, are they going with a new manager in before next week's game? I doubt it, because the World Cup's coming on. So I very, very much will doubt Southampton having a brand new, unless they've lined someone up already before they sacked him. I just can't see him getting a new manager before the World Cup starts. So it's an interesting one. I think we smoke Southampton. Absolutely smoke them. So then that'll be 2 wins before the World Cup. Puts us in good steadings. Then we go to the World Cup, and then when we come back from the World Cup, everyone in our team should be fit, apart from Jota probably. Jota will probably be the only player missing in our team, and probably Naby Keita, because I'm sure Naby Keita will get re-injured again after getting re-injured. So yeah, apart from them 2 players, we'll have everyone fit and available. So Salah will be rested. Diaz will be rested. You know, Diaz ain't going to the World Cup, is he? So he'll be ready to go. Salah will be ready to go in the new year. Yeah, man, I think we're going to be all right, but we have to beat Southampton next weekend. Get that game won. We're doing good. Big up Baz in the chat. Big up Daz. Big up my man Doug. It's been a while, Doug. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Big up to you and your wife, my man. Yeah, it was an action-packed game. I've gone back and watched the game back now. So I've had a little look at the game back. I've gone through bits of the game, watching it live, then watching it again. Yeah. I might watch the game differently to a lot of people. I think Liverpool got quite lucky in some parts of the game today. I think we played well for about 35 minutes of that first half. And in the last hour, I just don't think we played particularly well. Like, we stopped playing. I don't know why. I think we just stopped playing. Big up, Jack. Hope you're doing good, my man. I think we just stopped playing, and I don't get why we stopped playing either. You know, we had Tottenham where we wanted them. We literally had Tottenham on the ropes. We had them where we wanted them. And we stopped doing the stuff that got us where we were. The whole right-hand side of Tottenham's pitch on Robbo's left-hand side was free all match. And for some reason, we didn't attack them. We stopped attacking down that side of the pitch. And I have no idea why. You know, it never changed through the whole 90 minutes. That side of the pitch was always open. its guts are open, man. And we stopped playing. We stopped playing. There were some incidents in the game as well with the penalty incident with Trent. It weren't a penalty. It was good defending by Trent for once. It's funny, ain't it? Trent defends well for once, and the world wants a penalty. Do you know what I mean? You're allowed to lean into the players. I don't get where this concept of you're not allowed to lean into players are. And then I'm just listening to a Tottenham fan on the Never a Foul just now, Jord, talking out of his backside. You are allowed to nudge players. You are allowed to lean into players with your arm. It is allowed. And it was side to side. I mean, everyone's saying he pushed him in the back. He never pushed him in the back. It was side to side. It was rib to rib. He leaned into him. You are allowed to lean into players. It's a contact sport. You're meant to defend. A defender can lean into attackers, They're allowed to do it. You don't have to just go, right, he's running past you now, I'll just let him go. I'll just let him go. You can lean into a player fairly. And Session just flew. Trent's not the biggest, you know what I mean? And Session just flew. And everyone goes back to the penalty incident for Man City yesterday. I don't think that was a penalty in the Man City game yesterday now either. I went back and watched it. I've never seen it till today. So I saw it today for the first time when Cancelo got sent off. I don't think it was that much. I don't think it was a penalty. It was extremely, extremely soft. Now, the difference between the Cancelo one and the Trent one is that Cancelo used his whole body. Cancelo put all his body into the tackle, where Trent just used his sort of like elbow and shoulder, like that. That's all Trent did. So, if anything, Cancelo used more of his body. But I still don't think that was a total penalty either. I mean, it's silly. Penalty, contact don't mean fouls. We've got to get out of this world where everyone thinks a contact is a foul now. You don't have to hit something like... I've watched Harry Kane murder people on the pitch. Literally murder people. If he did it in the streets, he'd be done for GBH. And he gets nothing. No cards, no issues by the ref, no fouls. But he literally murders people on the pitch. And he gets away with it all the time. Today, prime example. So there was an incident between Conte and Harry Kane in the second half. Conte, it was on the edge of the box or just inside the box. Everyone remembers it. So they're both coming towards the ball at the time. Conte steps in front of Harry Kane and Harry Kane kicks Conte in the back of the leg. Yeah, Conte goes down. He's hurt, right? And all Sky Sports and all that are talking about a possible penalty for Tottenham. And I'm watching it. So I had to rewind it and watch it back and went, no, Harry Kane fouled Conte. He kicked him in the back of the leg. And then I'm listening to Tottenham fans just now going, that should have been a foul. That was a penalty. So what penalty? What are you watching a different game to me? Because I just saw Harry Kane kick Conte in the ankle. Yeah? Because Conte got in front of Kane. And Kane kicked Conte in the ankle. So what world are we living in? It's so soft the way everyone wants penalties now. It's like De Bruyne's yesterday. Has everyone seen De Bruyne's yesterday? Where De Bruyne actually fouls the defender but gets a penalty. De Bruyne actually runs his foot down the defender's leg. Yeah? And then De Bruyne turns and the defender sort of catches him a little bit on the leg, yeah? It's a little bit of contact. It's not enough. And De Bruyne does a ballerina thing. He turns in midair, 360, and falls on his face. So what is that about? That's a free kick to Fulham. It's a free kick to Fulham. It's not a penalty. And then they give the penalty. I was like, what? What? De Bruyne slid his foot down the defender's leg. First, stepped on his foot, then moved away, and the defender sort of caught De Bruyne slightly on the ankle. Hardly any contact whatsoever, and De Bruyne span 360 in the air. I mean, it's mad. It's mad. Like the people getting penalties now is just, it's just mad, guys. You can have contact in the box. You're allowed contact. You're allowed a nudge. Yeah, as long as you don't do that. Like if Trent went to Session today, and pushed him out the way, I'd be like, oh Jesus Christ, that's a penalty. If he used his shoulder and his elbow to defensively move him out the way to defend the ball, you're allowed to use your body strength. God's sake. I remember Jota's penalty last season when Harry Kane 2-foots him and they don't even give a foul or anything. Kane should have been sent off. And when Jota in the box got pushed right in the back with both hands on his back, pushed over, and they gave nothing. Yeah, come on. Let's be sensible here, yeah? Let's be sensible, yeah? Contact sport. Yeah, contact sport. You can use your shoulder and elbow if you're a defender to barge people out of the way. I see attackers do it all the time. If you get a strong forward like a Dier Drogba, they used to barge defenders like that out the way. Alan Shearer back in the day, barging defenders like that out the way and then fall on their arse because they're big and strong. Doesn't mean it's a foul. Just means it's a contact sport. That's allowed a bit of contact. You know, you can't play with your hands tied behind your back. It's getting ridiculous now. It's just getting stupid. Leave football be. Everyone's asking for the softest penalties I've ever seen in my life. A penalty is the most rewarding thing in a game of football, usually, ain't it? Apart from a goal itself, the most rewarding thing in a game of football is a penalty. Yeah? So for me, a penalty needs to be given when it's a proper foul. You know, a real clear-cut foul. That's why I'm always like, the fouls outside the box are not given inside the box sometimes because I don't think they're enough. You got to remember what a penalty is. A penalty is so rewarding. It's basically almost giving yourself a goal. Do you know what I mean? It's almost giving yourself a goal. It's that rewarding. So for me, a foul in the penalty box has to be a proper foul. You know, none of this soft bollocks. You know, this soft bollocks has to go. You know what I'm saying? Big up to everyone in chat. You're all doing well. But Tottenham played well, I thought. I thought Tottenham played well, especially in the second half. And I thought we were dog poo. Thought in the second half we were dog poo, man. I actually turned my telly off. In the last 10 minutes. I couldn't be doing with it. I ain't got the art no more. 41 years old, man. I've got history of heart problems in my family. Got to keep it cool, man. I've got to keep it cool. And I had to turn it off after last 10 minutes and keep going back and in and back and in and back and in. Couldn't take it, man. Couldn't take it. Big up Jack, Thoughts and Darwin, Jay, and chat. I love this game today. More and more gaming gets, the better it'll get. Yeah, Darwin was quality today. I like what Darwin did today. I mean, he had 3 shots in his first 5 minutes. That's Darwin Nunez, ain't it? It's Darwin Nunez. 3 shots in the first 5 minutes of the game. Look, he's different. Yeah, he's raw and he's a bit rough around the edges. There's no doubt about that. But as I keep telling people, we've not bought a 28, 29-year-old who can't get any better. We've bought a 23-year-old who's only going to get better. And Darwin right now is playing in a team that's not too good at the moment. And he's performing well. So you put all that together, he's only going to get better the longer he's at Liverpool. Liverpool only going to get better. They're not going to stay like this. They're going to get better. So as Liverpool getting better, and Darwin's learning how to play with Liverpool and understanding Klopp more and understanding the players around him and learning his role and getting technically better, he's going to get better. So everyone's going to get better out of it. The Darwin agenda has to be put on one side. If you've got a Darwin agenda after this game today, and you've still got problems with Darwin Nunez after this game today, check yourself in for rehab. Just do something. Go to home. Go to get your Bupa card. Do whatever you need to do, man, and check yourself in, and just sort yourself out because it's becoming an agenda. It's just becoming an agenda. It really is. Yes, is he raw? Yeah. Can he still do things that make you go, oh, for God's sake, Darwin? Yeah, of course he can. But also, does Darwin get you off your chair? That is the thing I'm going to ask you the most, guys. Does Darwin Nunez actually get you off your chair? Because if he does, then he's doing something right. When Darwin Nunez has got the ball and he's running and he's cutting in, and you know he's going to shape up and do a shot. If you're doing this, go on, Darwin, go on, son, then he's doing something right. He's doing something right, guys. And he's an exciting player. He's an exciting player. You know he's mad as a bag of frogs. We know this. Darwin's not all there. You know, he's a crumb short of a biscuit. We know this. He's a bit mental. We love it. You know? But that's what we love about him. He's already a club icon. Look, he's taken the Divock Origi role, you know, of that like club favourite. He's sort of taken that Origi role. The Anfield crowd love him. You and Nunez. They just love the guy. He does something. He gets you on the edge of your seat. You know what I mean? He's a rough around the edges. Yes. He's a bit green. Yes. Will he get better? Yes. Can I see something in him? Yes. If we've got him for the next 5 years, are we going to look back at this when everyone's slagging him off in 5 years' time and just laugh? Yes. Because he's going to be a good footballer for us. He's going to be a good player. He's got skills. He's better than what people give him credit for. His first touch is better than what people give him credit for. No, his vision is better. His build-up play is better. Yeah, people just think he's a dead footballer, and I don't get it. I don't understand the dead footballer thing. Is he erratic? Yeah. Does he do everything at 100 miles an hour? Yeah. All I think Darwin needs to do a little bit is just slow down. I think Darwin does everything at top pace all the time. Darwin does everything at top pace. If he just slowed himself down a little bit, I think Darwin would be a much better player. I think he would be even a better player. And that's something that Klopp's going to coach him. Klopp and Pep Linders and the rest of the coaching staff, that is what they're already looking at with Pep, with Darwin. They're going to teach his game. They're going to learn they're going to give him more ideas. Darwin Nunez can just watch Mo Salah. As long as Mo Salah's at this football club, go to Darwin. Look, Darwin, you're kind of similar to Mo in some ways, right? We want you to watch what Mo does, yeah? Watch when Mo slows it down and then speeds it up. Look at the way Mo finishes. Look how composed Mo is in front of goal. You know, learn from that and you'll even be better. But if anyone sits here right now and they can't see a player in Darwin Nunez, I don't know what to say to you. I don't know what to say to you. Is he going to be as good as Mane in his Liverpool career? I don't know. Mane was tremendous. Mane was one of the best left-sided forwards we had at this football club. He was one of the best left-sided forwards in Europe in his peak at Liverpool. That's not even joke about it. Yeah, Mane was different class. If Darwin can get anything to that level, proper happy. Proper happy. Don't forget his clause in his deal only goes into effect if we win Premier Leagues and Champions Leagues. So if we win Premier League, Champions Leagues, and we're successful, then Darwin's did his bit, ain't he? Then Darwin's did his bit. He's assisted in his scoring goals. His assist today was excellent. I was watching that numpty, what's his name? Rory Jennings. Yeah, I was listening to him earlier because I like looking through YouTube, looking at clips of all different football channels and stuff like that, yeah? And I think it was on the True Geordie show. Big up to True Geordie, right? And Roy Jennings was like, "Oh yeah, it's very hard to make a 4-yard pass. Oh yeah, very hard to make a 4-yard pass." Shut it, numpty, and actually watch the game. Firstly, Robbo's pass into Darwin Nunez was behind him, so Darwin had to stretch out his leg, bring it under control, bring it close to his body, turn, and then he had to put enough power into the pass. Although Salah was only 4 yards away, he had to make sure he hit the pass hard enough that Salah could then take the touch away from the defender and finish. Great assist. Great bit of play by Darwin Nunez. But again, people have to joke him. He made a 4-yard pass. How hard can that be? Watch a game of football. Learn how to play football. You might have some respect for him, you know. Sick of the numpties. Sick of them. Big up, Oscar. Jamie, I'm new on your channel. Are you doing streaming? If so, what day? Every day, Oscar. Every day, my friend. Every day. Every single day of the week, my man. As much as I can. So I'm live again tomorrow for the Champions League draw. I think I'll be on about 10 in the morning, about half 10 in the morning for the Champions League draw. So tune in for that, my friend. Tuesday, yeah, I've got the derby. I think we play derby. Is it derby Tuesday or Wednesday we play them? One of the days I'll be doing a preview. One of them I might be doing a watch long yet. I'm not sure, but I'll be live for the reactions after the game as well. Yeah, and then we've got the World Cup, my man. Southampton game previews for that, reaction to that, and then I'll be on for the World Cup every day of the week. So there will be World Cup content every day of the week on the channel. I'll be doing a watch along every day of the best game that day. You know, I'm not going to do like USA versus Iran or anything like that. You know what I mean? Big up to the USA and Iran, but you know, I need 90 minutes of my life back. I ain't going to be good. So the best game of that day, I'm going to be doing the watch along for. So there'll probably be a World Cup game every day. There'll be match previews and reviews of World Cup games. There'll be previews of the England games, obviously. And yeah, and I'm following Argentina in the World Cup. And if you're a member on the channel as well, I'll be doing the online World Cup sticker album. You can do it online, guys. So if you are a member on the channel, it's going to be for members only. So we're going to do the World Cup sticker album for members only. So if you're not a member yet, please join now. Big up to Simba, who joined membership yesterday as well. I saw that on there today. Big up to you for joining membership. So that's going to be happening on the members only videos as well during the World Cup. So make sure you're tuned in. Go and check out the members offers right now on the join part of the video, guys. Press the join bit on the membership. If you press the join button, it'll come up, tell you the deals. Go and check it out. I love Darwin. Yeah, Darwin. Yeah, my name is Shitload Chances. So does Salah. I mean, Salah should have an hat-trick today. That's not even a joke about it. Darwin Nunez teed Salah up exactly the way Salah scored his first goal. Darwin brought it down, passed it across to Salah, and Salah really should have scored a hat-trick. Yep. Big up John Barnes. He was immense. Jamie, you doing the Champions League draw tomorrow? I certainly am. Nunez makes me want to watch again. He's exciting. He's a fool for Salah. Yes, Cameron, big up to you. And they look like they've got a good partnership already. Road too easy. Dropping the link in the live chat. Just ask me, my friend. Just ask me. I'm doing Germany, Japan. Big up, Jordan. Big up to you. Is it free? What, the World Cup? Yeah, it's on BBC and ITV. What's free, Bailey? Let me know what's free. And I'll ask her. Doug from the Dugout channel done a mock draw the other day. We drew Bayern in that Omen. Jamie, will you be doing England versus Wales? Yeah. I'll be doing the England games. I'll be doing all the England game, Argentinian games, Brazilian game, all the big countries, obviously, and ones that are good. I think it is online, Bailey. Go and have a look on Panini online, my friend. I think I did it last time. I'm not sure. Let me have a quick look. You can do My Panini, I think it is. Yeah, there you go. World Cup. Yeah, so you can do like a My Panini and all that. Check it out. What I'll do, I'm going to check it out as well. And if it doesn't, I will get back to you. Big up, Daz. Yeah, I'm going to do Dutch games as well. He's going to have American top on. Yeah, I'm going to do Dutch games as well. Okay, we have spoken on Sam's channel. You know, I'm not going to lie. I have different opinions on a few topics, but I see you're an honest person. I would like to debate a little with you a little more. Big up, Oscar. Big up. Yeah, of course, man. Of course, of course. We can debate. We can debate. Right. Let me get into more of this game, guys. So, Liverpool's team sheet for the games: Trent, Conte, Van Dijk, and Robbo. It's the back four. Ali go, obviously. Then we play Thiago, Fabinho, Elliott, and Bobby Firmino with Darwin on the left and Salah on the right. So we went more 4-3-3. Some people had it as like a diamond 4-4-2, but it was 4-3-3, I think. Tottenham went 5 at the back with Emerson, Dier, Langley, Ben Davies, and Session. Højbjerg, Basuma, and Bentancur, Kane, and Perisic up top in a 2. So yeah, Perisic played quite well for Tottenham today. He had a couple of chances, hitting the crossbar with one. He had a decent game for them. But yeah, Tottenham obviously missing Son, missing Richarlison. Kulusevski was on the bench. Yeah, I think that's all they were really missing actually, because Kulusevski was on the bench. So Romero and Richarlison and Son were the other 3 misses for them. But you know, Liverpool missing Luis Diaz. You know, they're missing Diogo Jota as well. So Liverpool are missing attackers as well. So it's not like we're not missing important players out of our team at the same time. The game, you know, started a bit differently than I thought it would actually. I thought it'd be a more defensive-minded game, but it actually wasn't. You know, credit where it's due. You know, for Spurs, I think Spurs actually came out a little bit more than I thought they would. I thought Spurs were going to be quite defensive, but they weren't. They actually came out quite well. You can see what they were trying to do. They were trying to press up on our midfield, trying to press if they can in tight areas, win the ball back highly, and try and get Perisic and Session in the game as much as they could. So you can see the idea what Spurs were trying to do. But I will say, I thought Liverpool, for that first half hour, controlled the game really well. I will say, I thought Liverpool controlled the game really well for that first half hour. After that, I thought Liverpool started to struggle, especially in the second half. I don't know what Liverpool do in the second half sometimes. You know, it's like Liverpool got handed out Jaeger bombs at half time. Do you know what I mean? So it's like Jurgen Klopp's team talk was going, it's going good, boys, it's going good. Here's the Jaegers all round for the boys at half time. Pep, get more Jaegers in, get more Mo, no, none for Mo. Right, everyone else, Jaegers, all round. And the players come out in the second half like, oh, yeah, I'm fucked. Because you know when you had a Jaeger, yeah? You know when you've had a Jaeger, you're in the club, yeah, and you've had a few Jaegers, right? You don't feel it, right? As soon as you hit fresh air, you're like that. Oh, shit. Right? I swear that's what happened to our boys at half time. I swear what's happened to them. They've had a few Jaegers at half time. Jurgen's put them out. They've all helped themselves. And as soon as they hit fresh, they're all in the change room. Right, boys, we're ready for this now. We've had the Jaegers. We're all ready. I'm pumped. I feel it. I feel good. We're going to go and smash them. As soon as they hit the fresh air, they're like, oh, shit. Oh, dear. We're in trouble. We're yeah. That's what the second half was like. That is what it's what the second half was like for Liverpool. They literally looked like they were on the Jaegers at half time. And if anyone has had Jaegers, they know. I'm telling you. You feel great in the club when you have them. As soon as you get fresh air, yeah. Oh, I don't feel good. Oh, I don't feel good. You know what I mean? You know, Harvey Elliott came out. I bet Harvey Elliott was in at half time, but you know, youngster Harvey on the Jaegers coming out at half time. Oh, I don't feel so good. Oh, Jesus. No, we're gone. Second half was weird, man. I don't know what happened. We literally come out in that second half and didn't play any football. We forgot how to pass. We couldn't even play free passes. It was awful. Absolutely awful in that second half. Couldn't put free passes together. Everyone was looking around at each other like, you know. Maybe we should have a timeout. You should be able to do timeouts in football. Yeah, timeout. Get all the boys back in the changing room. Get them all back in the changing room and make everyone do a line. Right? That's it. Everyone now, you've had your Jaegers at half time. We've got a timeout now. Now, everyone, you need to pick me up. Everyone do a line in the toilets. All right. Yeah, we're ready to go now. And back out in the second half and start kicking again. No, they were so down, man. They were so down. They needed so much help. That second half was poor. It was really poor. It stressed me out. I was like, how can we be so good in one half of football, dominating Tottenham away from home, 2-0 up, not winning away all season, and we're looking decent, and then we go in at half time and they come out in second half completely different people. So, yeah. So, yeah, the boss wants us to play. Oh, I can't remember. RV, what did Jurgen say? Oh, God. Yeah. He said something. Yeah. Mo's the only sober one on the pitch. Boys, wake up! It's like, yeah. We're just so inconsistent, man. It's just so weird watching us play football. I don't know how we do it, man. I don't know how we do it. I really don't. It's just, how can we beat Ajax twice this season, but the only team in Europe that beat Napoli, beat Manchester City, beat Tottenham Hotspur on their own pitch, and then lose to Nottingham Forest and Leeds? And where's that emoji? You know, how does this happen? How does this happen? Only Liverpool Football Club, man. Only Liverpool Football Club put you through the ringer like this. I'm telling you. No other football club does this to you. It's not good for your health, man. Liverpool Football Club should become with a health warning. You know, like cigarettes now, they have a health warning on the box. If you smoke, you're going to get cancer, and they show you a diseased lung and all that sort of shit, yeah? Well, Liverpool Football Club should be like, when you get your membership, if you do Liverpool membership, you get your membership through the post. It literally should come with a health warning on the box. It really should. Supporting Liverpool's bad for your heart. You know what I mean? It just puts you through the ringer, man. It literally puts you through the ringer. I never know. Oh, it's fucking hard, ain't it? It is. Being a Liverpool fan is something, I'm telling you. It really is. So let's go through moments of the game as well, shall we? Let me get it up. Right, team. So Spurs, apparently, have lost consecutive Premier League home games for a second time under Antonio Conte. And Liverpool picked up their first away win in the Premier League since May, where we beat Southampton 2-1. And that's who we got next. Maybe a good omen there. Ending a run of 5 without victory on the road, 2 draws and 3 losses. So, a friendly match between the two sides saw Liverpool start quick and fast, with Salah firing a low shot in the 11th minute. After the goal, Tottenham had many chances to equalise, but failed to do so. With the home side specially targeting Liverpool's right side, a costly mistake in the 40th minute from Dier, however, allowed Salah to double the score. It was all Tottenham in the second half, of Conte's men had a chance to score. The second one in the 70th minute with substitute Kulusevski making an instant impact by poking the ball to Kane, who cleverly finished on the tight angle. They continued to get at Liverpool's backline, had plenty of close calls, but ultimately weren't unable to find the equaliser they needed, leaving Liverpool to leave North London with all 3 points. And a much-needed win for the Reds. So Oxlade-Chamberlain came on. That happened. The Ox made an appearance. The Ox made an appearance. That's nice. Lovely of him. Joe Gomez come on for Darwin Nunez when we decided to go 5-4-1. It's hilarious when Gomez came on and was going, it's like, yeah, all right, we get it. We get it, Joe. We get it. Everyone else knows now. Jordan Henderson came on for Harvey Elliott as well. Curtis Jones come on for Bobby Firmino. Yeah, it was obviously, and then Kane scoring for Tottenham as well. Tottenham's goal was probably coming, it has to be said. When they scored, good assist by Kulusevski, who came on and made an impact for Tottenham. He's a very, very talented footballer. But it was quite an entertaining game of football, to be fair. I thought it had been a lot worse. This game. I thought, it's going to be like terrorist football, man. But it was actually a decent game of football. It was a good watch. We had some good performances in certain players in that game. I thought Robbo at left back again. Robbo was decent, I've got to say. Big up to Robbo. I thought Robbo had a really good game. Trent, where do we start with Trent? Guys? I don't know what we talk about with Trent. Big up Indian Scouse, how you doing, my friend? The depth of the squad is not good enough. You need depth and competition with the team so players can rest and players play better because they feel competition. I agree. It's tough love. The boys look like they received a right hook from Mike Tyson at half time. We've been coming on in the second half, but they certainly did. Yeah, we are so inconsistent. We need Hendo and Joe to speed up the tempo, but they didn't do it. Oh, no. Asking Hendo and Jones to come on to speed up the tempo is like me taking a Formula One car off and bringing on a 1983 Skoda. Do you know what I mean? That's what it's like. Right, we're going to bring Hendo and Jones on bring on the tempo, pick the tempo of the game up a little bit, guys, because all the boys are flat. We've all had them Jaeger bombs at half time. We're all flat now because of it, the fresh air. And that's like, right. So basically, what we've done, we've taken Formula One cars off and we bought on 1986 Skodas. Yeah, the tempo ain't going, bro. I love Hendo to bits, man. Don't get me wrong. I love Hendo to bits, but he's a 1986 Skoda. Do you know what I mean? We needed at least an F2 car. We needed at least an F2 car to come on. That's what I'm saying. No, Cater again. He's injured again, or is it just he's a prick? He could have injured his prick for all we know. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I'm surprised he ain't broke his dick yet. I don't know. Fuck Nabby. Jamie, they were called on the radio, said he thought we should have had a penalty today. We should have had a penalty today. Or Spurs. Exactly, Jamie. We need speed demons in January. We do, man. We do. We just got too many Skodas in the garage at the moment. Kate won't play for the Reds again. No, he won't, Katie. Big up to you, Katie. I hope you're doing well. Trent's pass now was top class, in my opinion. Don't worry, Trent will be back. Yeah, Trent's passing is always great. I actually think with Trent today, Trent tried to defend. I will give Trent this. Trent actually looked like he tried to defend. He tried to look like he was getting back into situations where he can defend, but it just didn't go for him. It just didn't work for him today for no reason. I don't know why. It just didn't seem to sort of go for him. But you can see he was trying to defend. I thought at times he was over defending, if that makes sense. Sort of like he was getting himself in positions, but he was over defending the situation. He's overcooking the situation. That's what I thought with him today. I thought he could have, he just needed to chill a little bit, relax a little bit. And I think he got too amped for it. He tried too much. He looked like he tried to show that he was defending, if that makes sense. I'm trying to make sense of it. It looked like he tried to look like he was defending. And I thought he defended okay in some parts of the game today. But then in some parts, I thought he overdid it a little bit. Needed to chill out and relax a little bit and he'd be fine. But his passing was excellent today. His passing is always... Look, Trent, I'm never worried about his offensive part of the game at all. I'll never be worried about his defensive side of the game. Who would you buy in January? Who would you buy, Jamie, in January? Well, there's a lot of talk about this geezer at the moment. Let me get him up. Big up the Lakers for this. So let me get. Oh, I won't use. Hang on. Where is it? So Liverpool are apparently trying to buy PSV's Cody Gakpo. Now, the rumours are that Liverpool are trying to buy PSV's Cody Gakpo. Is it Gakpo? Is that how you say Gakpo? Apparently, they've had talks with Pep Linders. Apparently, has been scouting him. So, apparently, Pep Linders has been scouting him at PSV. Obviously, Pep Linders is Dutch, so he might know a lot more about this than anyone else in our club does. And apparently, he's gone on record and said he's the missing link in our team. Now, he does play left wing. And then, well, I know what everyone's going to say. We've got enough left wingers. But he can also play through the middle because he's very creative. So he can play through the middle. And I think Liverpool might be looking at him to replace Bobby Firmino. And he won't be actually a lot of money either. Are we going to get him in January? I'm not sure. He might be a summer signing. In January, I'm not sure. But it depends what midfielders are around, man. Look, I went on Grizzy's show last night and said, I think right now we need somebody to come in that's going to hit the ground running in midfield from January. So when we get to January, I think we need a player that comes into our team right now, who's able to kick straight on. So maybe that's a player in the Premier League, like a Declan Rice or something like that. I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. Caicedo, Sangara from PSV. I'm not sure, my man. I'm really not sure, Oscar. I'm not sure, my man. I do think we will buy, though. I'm looking at it now. I think the links to... There's a lot of links there, Gakpo, right now. I'm looking at there's a lot of things about him. PSV sporting director Marcel Brands has said this. Liverpool is a club that always works very specifically. Sometimes they already have players scouted or identified for upcoming season in November. Would they be a good place to send Cody Gakpo in the summer? Yes, that's right. That is what the PSV sporting director, Marcel Brand, said. So, take that what you will, guys. Take that what you will. I do think he can play through the middle, what I've seen of him. And he could be the man. He could be good for us, you know. He could be good for us. Yeah, Eric Dier, man. Jesus Christ. Jay, hope you and your family. Any word on England captain ranking? He studs down Konate's Achilles. No, I've said that already, Ant. Did anyone else notice? That's what I've said it already, Ant, in the beginning of the show. When they were going on Sky Sports, Gary Neville and Martin Tyler were going, oh, that looks like it could be a penalty. And then no one made the fact that Harry Kane fouled Konate. And because Konate is so big and powerful, Harry Kane went down. But Konate, it was actually, and he never got booked for it, Kane. I think Kane was lucky not to get booked for it. Be a massive improvement on Taki. He would. He's insane. Big up HDS. How you doing? He's doing well. Yeah, I think Gakpo to Liverpool. I think this could happen. I really do think this could happen. I was just reading it there. I'll read it one more time. So, PSV sporting director Marcel Brands. Liverpool is a club that works very specifically. Sometimes they have players are scouted or identified for the upcoming season in November. Would they be a good place to send Cody Gakpo in the summer? Yes, that's right. Take it what you will, man. Take it what you will. I doubt we're getting PSV won't give their best player mid-season. No, I think he's a summer signing. I think PSV know he's going to leave in the summer. And I think PSV want to do the right thing by him and let him go to the right club. I think he looks like a Liverpool player. I've seen him play a few times. I look at him and watch. Yeah, he's a Liverpool kind of forward. He just literally is a Liverpool kind of forward. Maybe Trent's just pushing for a move into midfield to give him out and defending. The Egyptian king can't wait if he falls as usual. Gakpo, only seen glimpses of him. I don't know to feel about him. He's decent, man. He's decent. He's very creative. Where do I know that name from? Marcel Band says Cav in now. Big up to my man Cav.
Hello, mate. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing well, mate. I'm doing well.
Good.
How you doing, fella? How you doing?
Yeah, great. I'm freaking tired now after sitting through that second half. Jesus Christ.
Oh yeah, I was just talking about that second half of everyone on here. I was basically saying the second half was like, right? You've been in clubs like me. I don't know. Have you ever had Jaeger?
Yeah.
Right. I said at half time, it's like all Jurgen dished out the Jaeger bombs to everyone at half time, yeah. And when you have a Jaeger in your club, you don't really feel it. And as soon as you fresh air, you're like that, ain't you? You're like, oh fuck. Right. That's looked like what happened to the boys. They all had Jaegers apart from like Mo and that, who obviously don't drink. And they're like, they come out like ready again, and yeah, let's go, boys, let's go. Come on. Hit the fresh air went off.
They all got around in of Jaeger bombs.
Yeah,
and then they were like, "Come on, onto the next bar, Get outside the first bar." No,
it's like, what the fuck happened? You know what happened to them? The second half. So yeah, the first half I thought we were really good, especially for the first 35-40 minutes. Controlled the game, looked decent, and then the second half it was just a different Liverpool. But yeah, I've just been rabbiting on. But give us your thoughts on the game, my man.
I thought we started really well. I thought there was some real good passes to sort of get out of our own defensive, not our box, but when we sort of won the ball back, I thought we played it really well, especially on the right hand side between Trent, Salah, and Elliott. Nice one-touch passing, nice triangles, managed to work the ball out, and then there was space on the flanks, which was really surprising. I thought Spurs were going to sit in and just have that 5-man defense and just be really tough to break down and force Salah and Nunez out really wide, double up on them. But it wasn't the case, actually, especially Nunez. He was just getting acres of space and they just needed to get the ball out to him. A couple of times he sort of he got a shot away on the first time. Second time he kind of ran it off the pitch. And then the other time he sort of cut in and got a bit of a tame shot away. But like the threat was there, and it was really pleasing to see that there was actually space for us to work into. Because I really didn't think we were going to get any against Spurs. And then obviously we got the goal. And after the goal, I felt Spurs come into it a bit more, created their own chances, got a bit lucky with them hitting the bar. Sort of took off, not a foot off the gas, but lost a little bit of control, whereas we were in full control, I thought, starting. And then, we get the second goal through, just a terrible mistake from Dier. Didn't even head it, come off his shoulder. And Salah's just absolutely deadly in them positions, isn't he? First, second touch is perfect. Then just chips the keeper. Not sure how it looked to you, Jamie, but on the telly where I was watching it, it took an age to go in. I weren't sure if he put it wide or it actually went in.
I just think it went wide for 1 minute. I was like, oh shit. But no, it's a beautiful finish.
But 2-0 up, and you think, yeah, Jesus Christ, never expected to be 2-0 up here, especially in the first half. Like, thank God we've started the game well. We've got our rewards and stuff. And then second half, it just completely changed. I felt like we went out there thinking we could do the same things, and Spurs actually mixed it up, and they actually pushed on us a bit more. The back line was higher up the pitch. They were playing them diagonal balls straight out to the fullbacks. We weren't getting out to one quick enough, and they were putting crosses in the box and stuff. Harry Kane's movement was brilliant to get his head on some of the chances, and we really was just up against it then. And unlike the first half where we were able to play our way out, we weren't able to do it second half, and we were just resorting to just hoofing up the pitch, and it was just coming back. It's coming straight back to us. And it was. I genuinely thought we were gonna drop points. I'll be totally honest. I felt like I'd seen this script before. I remember that game where Salah scored the worldie, and in the last towards the end of the game, and then they come back and equalise. I feel like we always get draws against Spurs all the time, even though that's not factually true. But I just feel like they always find a way of getting back into it, or whenever we score against them, they always get the next goal, and we never win comfortably, even when we do win. So I just felt like the pressure was going to be a bit too much, and I felt like once they got the first one, I was like, oh boy, there's still a long way to go in this, and I just can't see how we're managing to get out. So I was fucking behind the sofa. I was nail biting. I was doing everything. I was fucking praying. Superstitions were going mad, just thinking. This is the stupidest thing I do, right? This is how fucking mental I am. I had my phone on charge all second half, and half time I'm just like on my phone on Twitter and stuff. Chuck my phone on the sofa. Second off, when they score, I'm like, no. Everything's got to go back to how it was in the first half. So I put my phone back on charge. I put my drink back on the table where it was. I'm like, no, so superstitious like that.
I don't blame you.
But we got over the line. But I'll be honest, I think if the game was another 10, 20 minutes longer, we would have, not got through it. But thankfully, we crawled over the line, and that's all we need at this stage. We just need results, need points. And it was like it was a 6-pointer in some respects, to be fair. They are a side. I know they're above us. It's not the fact they're above us. It's the fact that they are a top 4 contender, definitely. So we need to take points off them, and we did, and we got through it. We just need to get through these next couple of games, and then we can all just have a bit of a rest. I don't know about you, Jamie, but watching Liverpool this season has been frigging shattering.
Oh yeah, I said it should come with a health warning. I said it earlier, like cigarettes come with a health warning on the box, don't they? This if you can, to show you disease lung and all that. Literally, if you get Liverpool membership on the box, it should have a health warning on it. Liverpool is bad for your heart. It's just that second. We're such a mad team. It's just 2 performances. I think Liverpool have forgotten how to win. I think that's what it is. I think Jurgen Klopp made sank of it at full time as well in his press conference, that we got to remember how to win. And when we start remembering how to win, we will start closing out games better. Yeah. Because we haven't won away this season, we've come off 2 losses. I think as soon as Spurs get their goal and make it 2-1, I think Liverpool start to feel a bit nervous. The players, it's just natural. I think Klopp was making a thing of it, saying, we've got to get to a stage where we win this, we win our next game, we win our game after that, and then the boys will be a bit more, relaxed in their game, because you can see they were so, all of a sudden, where they were relaxed in the first half, they were tense in the second half, especially when Kane scored. And you could see Tottenham were like, game on, we're getting back at this because we know. And then Liverpool sort of we can feel that pressure. The players looked like they could feel it. And they got to get back to ways where we used to win 2-1 all the time, and it was a comfortable 2-1. You know what I mean? I remember always us winning 2-1, especially when we won the league. I think, how many 2-1s did we have? Low. Yeah. And they were comfortable 2-1. They weren't stressful.
We won 13 games by a single goal in the title winning season. Yeah.
But they were comfortable wins still. Where these are oh shit.
That's exactly, in the way that we talk about when you lose so many games, it starts to become not the norm, but it filters into your club. It becomes more and more acceptable for every loss you get. Well, wins is the same. Seeing out wins is the same. It builds that confidence that doesn't matter if you concede, doesn't matter if you're under the cost. You just have this assurance in yourself, and that's what we've had for so long. And when we speak, I remember that title winning season. I remember we'd go goal down, and I'd be like, I'm not bothered. We're not going to concede again with Virgil at the back, and I definitely know this team can score. But that confidence just isn't there anymore. But that's how it was. So Klopp's dead right. You've got to. It sounds silly, but you've got to get used to that feeling of winning again, because when you do, it breeds confidence. And he spoke about it in the same respect with when he talked about Fabinho. He said, after that Napoli game, he says Fabinho needs to learn and recognize that actually he can still do it. He needs to believe in himself, because he's just shown. I mean, I don't think he particularly shown it. I thought it was just okay. It was a better performance. I don't think it was great. But he says these guys need to believe in themselves. And it is true. For his fans as well, I think with all the bad results, it's all doom and gloom, and you're a bit like, this team's probably finished, and this is the end of an era, end of a cycle, and stuff. And then you see performances against like Napoli and Man City and stuff, and you're actually like, hold on a minute, no, these guys are actually quality. And the thing is, them good times will come back again. You know, we will turn a corner at some point, and at some point we'll be that team that are just powerhouses. Like, you don't want to come to Anfield, they'll run you over, they'll batter you, they're technically sound, they'll score goals. You'll hate going there, you'll hate being there. And you know, we just need to get back to that ultimately. We just need to like get through this period, and we'll be back there. You know, we'll remember as fans what this team is capable of doing when we start to see it more and more often.
Yeah, definitely. Alisson, yeah. I mean, Alisson had a freaky start to the game. I won't lie. He had I don't know what it was. And like, look, I'm going to say this right now. This pissed everyone off earlier. But I said I don't think Conte was as great as everyone made him out to be, right? Because I saw everyone on YouTube, everyone on Twitter saying Conte was amazing, right? Now, I watched the game twice now. I watched it back just now before I went live. And he was very shaky at the beginning of the game. He was...
Really?
Yeah, he was giving away the ball a lot. He lost the flight of the ball a few times in the air. His positioning, I don't think, was tremendous in the first bit of the game. And then he grew into the game. I do think he gets a bit... Because he's aggressive and he's quick and he's in your face, I think we're like, oh, shit, it was amazing. I don't think he was absolutely amazing. He was very lucky not to give away some free kicks and penalties as well, I thought, today, you know, with his aggressiveness. But he was still good. Everyone, like, I thought Palio Maldini played for us today. Why everyone's going on? I thought, Jesus Christ. But I thought Conte was good still. Don't get me wrong. I wasn't overrating. I just don't think he was like right up there. And
yeah.
But I thought he had a good game. I thought he was the best defender we had today. No doubt about that. I thought he was our best defender today. I just didn't think he was like where everyone said, "Oh my God, it's a 10 out of 10 today" and stuff like that. I thought he was good, but I thought there's areas of his game where he can still get a bit better at. His position sometimes, you know, he does get lost sometimes in the ball. I think Kane almost had him a couple of times today as well. And I just worry, like, he's young. He's going to get better at it. That's all I say about Darwin. Darwin is as raw as you can get. But I love Darwin's performance today as well. I love Konate's performance today as well. I just didn't think it was like a 10 out of 10 performance. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, that's probably fair. It definitely weren't a 10 out of 10. Like, it wasn't perfection. I mean, I've obviously not watched the game back. I thought he was good in the game. He got caught out a couple of times. I think what contributes to it as well is, like, imagine if that was Gomez in today's game, you'd feel a lot more nervous, wouldn't you?
Oh, I feel better with Konate at the back. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah. And like, you're probably right. He probably did make mistakes and stuff, but it's actually his pace and his power that actually gets him out of situations as well. Whereas if, you know, Gomez makes a mistake, it's done. Do you know what I mean? Like, he does have pace, in fairness to him, but his mistakes are ones you struggle to recover from. Whereas Konate's, he's probably a yard off the tackle or whatever, but then he's strong enough to still push the man off the ball or what have you, or you know, recover in a way that he needs to. But I agree with you though. I feel like out of him and Virgil today, he was more of like the dominant centre back. I felt like he was. Yeah, and I don't know if that's just because of where
have you watched
the ball ended up going.
Have you watched Gary Neville's overlap with Virgil yet?
I've watched bits. I've not watched all of it.
If you watch it towards the end when they start to talk about the World Cup, Virgil is so just waiting for the World Cup.
Oh,
you
really?
can tell now. When I watched Virgil today, Virgil's performance today was like, "No, you're right, boys." I'm not getting it. Like, you could tell Virgil was sitting there and going, "Right, I'm the emperor. You guys go out and just protect me." You know what I mean? That's what it looked like with Virgil today. And I'm thinking, Virg, you're making it obvious with your body language that you're waiting for the World Cup. I don't blame him away. He missed the Euros because of injury. And Holland, you know, the Netherlands got a pretty decent team. And this World Cup, I think, is quite open. And he might think he's got a good run in this World Cup. And what? He's going to be 34, 35 the next World Cup. So he's probably thinking this might be the only one now with the injury I've had. And you can see, you see by his body language, he was giving it away that, nah, it's all right, boys. I've got 10 more days and I'm on the plane.
It's literally he's not counting the games now, he's counting the days.
Yeah. He was just like, right, boys, go out there. Ebu, go. Robbo, cut across me. Yeah, go. You can just tell. And what's going to piss people off is when you watch him play for Holland at the World Cup and he's the old Virgil, you're all going to be that fucking piece. It's going to piss everyone off. But then when he comes back to Liverpool and the World Cup's finished, he goes back to old Virg. Everyone will forget about it.
Well, the good thing is there's only Southampton to get through now. I know we've got Derby. We've got Derby, but that'll be a rotator. We've got Southampton, and then the next time we see Virg in a Liverpool shirt, the World Cup will have been said and done. So hopefully he's got that extra motivation back in his game again. So
if we don't beat Southampton, then we are fucking lost.
Well, they're looking Ralph
aren't they? Yeah.
Hasselhutter. Have they sacked him or is it just?
Well, it's coming out that. Well, it's a bit like, do you remember about when the rumours of Stevie was getting sacked for Villa and then 24 hours later he was gone?
Yeah, okay.
It's the same people saying the same rumour. So by the look of it, he's on his way. But I don't think Southampton are going to get a new manager before the World Cup because that wouldn't make sense. So
that's true. So there can't be a new manager bounce.
No, and they're away to us at Anfield.
Is it at home? Is it? I'm not sure.
Home. Yeah, I think it's at home.
Okay. Yeah.
We should beat Southampton. And if we've beaten Tottenham and beat Southampton for the World Cup, or the way Chelsea and Tottenham are playing, we've got a Man United beaten by Villa 3-1.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like the thing is,
terrible.
We might not get top four through being exceptional. We'll just get it just by default because everyone else is just so inconsistent as well. Like, there's a long way to go in this, but you're right. Chelsea, they're looking for all the money they spend. Like they've ended up with this side that just got quality in it. Don't get me wrong, got individuals that are good, but just they're inconsistent as well. Like they're not looking great. I watched them against Arsenal earlier today, and they looked like they had not a clue how to control the ball or attack. And Arsenal well deserved their win. So they're looking funny. And then United, who looked like they were on the right tracks and doing well with Ten Hag, like a style of play and stuff, and then go get a hand into by Villa. And I know new manager bounce and Unai Emery is a good manager, regardless of his time at Arsenal. He is a good manager, European pedigree as well. He done well to get a result, but I didn't see the United team, but I watched the goals and I see Ronaldo was playing and stuff. So I'm guessing they've got a couple of injuries themselves if Ronaldo's starting up top. So maybe they've got a couple of issues and it's a one-off. But yeah,
Ronaldo's shocking, man. Absolutely. What does Ronaldo give Man United? Man don't even want to be there, does he? Man's in a loveless marriage. He's literally in a loveless marriage. He just.
Do you think he'll go in Jan?
Yeah, I can't see why not. I'd let him go. He's sitting there. He hates his wife. He hates waking up in the morning and seeing her fucking face. But he loves the kids. He loves the kids, and he's like, "Oh, I'm going to stay for the kids." But man, I can't stand that bitch. It's just, and that's Ronaldo at the moment. He's in a loveless marriage, and he sort of wants to leave, but he has love for him at the same time, and that's how he's playing, man. And he's 38 years old or whatever he is. He's Man United are in shocking form, losing 3-1 to Villa. I say with Chelsea, Chelsea's transfer thing don't make any sense. They let Lukaku go and buy a 35-year-old Aubameyang.
Yeah.
Who does nothing.
But
Pep looks like he was right. Sterling ain't the same player no more. So,
well, I think a load of if you listen to the one or two Man City fans, when Sterling actually made that move, they were saying he's only really that good now if he plays off a striker. It can link up with the target man, and then obviously they signed Aubameyang, and everyone was like, okay, yeah, great, they've got that forward now, and I was like, I've never seen Aubameyang as like a particularly good like link up man. It's good.
Better.
Yeah, probably. And then obviously now they play him as like they play Aubameyang up top or off the left, and then they sometimes play Sterling as like a right wing back and stuff. You're like, this don't look right.
No. It's like Chelsea all over the place. Tottenham's football ain't sustainable under the terrorist. And I'm sorry about
It's a bit strong.
That's what Conte is, man.
I don't know, because Spurs are that team where like they'll lose against the big sides and then they'll just go batter. Like they'll have 3-4 games against teams you expect them to beat, and then they just go and win. And you're like, that's why they're still in and around the top 4 spot.
Have they lost against all the big teams so far this season?
Lost against United, lost against Arsenal, lost against us. Yeah,
I don't think they beat Chelsea, did they? Yeah, I mean it's shocking.
1-1, didn't it? They got that last. They got that last minute equaliser, didn't they?
Their top 6 form is absolutely shocking.
It's a weird thing to say, isn't it? Because you know when you think of like Antonio Conte, that he's quite he's like a pragmatic manager. You'd expect him actually to get like good results against the top teams. Maybe not wins, but at least draw more than he has.
That's why I say he's not an elite manager. I've been saying it for ages.
And here's the other thing as well, right? I keep speaking to people and saying he's a pragmatic, whatever the word is, right? Manager, yeah. And everyone's like, oh, he's not defensive. Look at his time at Juve. Look at his time at this and that. And I'm like, do you know what pragmatic means? It doesn't mean defensive, you know. It means he plays the game and doesn't have one theory and sticks to it. Right, so the opposite would be a Guardiola or a Klopp, where they have a system and they play it regardless of the opposition. Pragmatic means that you would change to suit the game you're playing, and that's what Conte does. If he realizes that he hasn't got like the superior side, he will sit back and he will defend. But I only think that style of football gets you so far. At some point, to be elite, as in like the level that Liverpool were at and Man City were at, you do have to have like the style and the players and it just to be absolutely perfect. I don't think this pragmatic approach, like the days of Jose when he won like titles with like Chelsea and what have you, I don't feel like that's doable now. I feel like the levels are too high. Like they're too good now. I think actually Gary Neville said it in his commentary after today's game. He was a bit like, said a similar thing, not quite the same, but he was like, sitting back and defending teams now, it works in the odd game and stuff, but over the course of a season, it won't, because the likes of, if you play Liverpool or Man City when they're at the best, it doesn't matter how many men you get behind the ball or sit back, at some point they will create the chances. So I don't know if it works anymore. Like, be interesting to see, but I think Conte will be there. I think he'll do quite well. Might win him a trophy, but like in 3 years, which is all I expect him to stay for, he'll build a really good team. He might have a good go at the title, but he won't win one. He won't be better. That's the thing. Over the course of 38 games, he's not going to be better than Man City and us if we're back up there. He's not going to be the best team in Europe to win the Champions League. So he'll actually walk away not winning any of the big honours, like in my opinion.
No.
So then what's the point? So then what's the point in having him?
Well, Spurs thought they had a good transfer summer when they had it. And now they're looking back at it and thinking, no, he actually didn't, because you're going to play a Spurs brought in. I don't think they were that great in the summer. I don't know. Basuma and all that.
I thought Basuma was. I thought Basuma was the one that was like.
They don't use him really, do they? It's more Herbo Bentancur, isn't it? It's just, I don't think they did. I'm Richarlison. 9 games in the Premier League, no goals. 5 million less than Darwin Nunez, by the way. Yeah. I mean, it's shocking. It's absolutely shocking.
If you'd have said you got Richarlison for like 30 million, I'd be like, yeah, okay, because he works hard. Like he's got fire in him. Like he's a good rotational player, but not for 60 mil. I mean, nah, come on, you can get a decent forward for that.
So Connor says here, I don't get Emerson Royale. Chicken Royale's terrible. I don't care. It's absolutely terrible.
And you know what as well? Like he's terrible defensively. And when you speak about the very few Spurs fans that actually give him a bit of credit, because I think most of them don't like him now, give him a bit of credit. They say, oh, he's quite good as like offensively. And then I was like watching today's game where they dominated the whole second half, and I was like, what did he actually do that well offensively? Like nothing. Really, I don't know what he's actually good at now. But their problem. That's their problem.
That is just shocking. Exactly as they're from. I don't know why. It's a shocking footballer. Let's talk about someone who's not a shocking footballer, Darwin Nunez.
Mm.
Now, again, with Darwin, look, it's just chaos, man. I love him. I can't help it. When I see Darwin play, I smile.
Yeah,
And that's
same.
what I like about him, you know. I said it earlier. If Darwin's getting on you on the edge of your seat or off your seat, then he's doing something right. And that's what he does with me.
Mm.
Right? When he's got the ball, I'm like, hey, go on, Darwin. Go on, son. Go on, son. It's like, oh, shit, Darwin. That's what I love about him, though. The man's chaos. The first 5 minutes of the game, he had 3 shots and almost scored. Look, there was a bit there was a bit where he got the ball on the left-hand side. He was running at the fullback. He had the fullback squared up, and he had Salah free in the acres in the box. And he decided to do the fullback, try and go to the byline, which he did. Got past the defender, but took the ball out of play before he could cross it. And I think, oh shit, Darwin, don't do that. Darwin, this is where people hate you. And then after that, he gets a ball from Robbo, which was actually behind him. He has to get his leg out, pull it back with a great first touch, turn, and the pass might be only 4 yards, man. But if he doesn't hit that with the right amount of power, Mo don't get a shot on.
Mm.
It was a great bit of play by him. And he had that left-footed volley. If he got a bit more height on it, he's chipping the keeper with it.
Mm-hmm.
Look, Darwin's chaos. He's just chaos.
Hit the bar.
He hit the bar. He's just chaos. I love him. I love him. And if no one can see there's a player there, then I don't know what you want. I said this yesterday or the other day. He's not a 29-year-old. We haven't bought a 29-year-old who's not going to improve. We bought a 23-year-old that with this, as our team gets better, Darwin's going to get better. And if he's good now, well, what's his potential?
Exactly, yeah. And the way I always think of it is, imagine he didn't play that game. We would look so blunt in attack. Like, I get that, like, sometimes he does amazing stuff and other time he does crazily unexplainable things. But there's always excitement. Like, how you described it is exactly how I think of him. Like, as soon as he gets the ball, I'm like, I don't know what's going to happen, but either way, it's going to be exciting. And then that's what I'm here for. Like, I'm here for the excitement. I'm here for the craziness. Like, he will play a 90-minute game, and everybody who's trying to, like, build an agenda that he's a bad footballer will get enough clips to put a tweet together or a short video together. And everybody that supports him could get other clips and put together a short video that shows how good he is in the same 90 minutes, because that's how crazy he is. Like, but I just love how he picks up the ball and his first idea is like, how can I run at you? How can I make something happen? How can I just be wild? And he's just not like, and it's usually after he's had like an initial run, and then like he receives the ball back again, then he'll play the pass and he's like, okay, I won't go over the top. But I just love how his first thought is to just attack. Like, doesn't know how, doesn't know what he wants to do, doesn't know how it's going to end up, but he just wants to attack. And I love that. I love that in him, because like for so long we've like watched games against teams with low blocks. Not that was the case today. And like, you're constantly thinking, you look at Salah, and it's wrong to criticize Salah, of course, it's with the career he's had at Liverpool, but you look at him and you go, just run at him, just run at the fullback, like take him on. You don't always need to play safe and recycle possession and play it back into midfield and stuff. Just run at him, because believe it or not, when you run at defenders, you make them make a decision, and sometimes that's what you need. Like, you need that directness, you need that just ruthlessness to like get in the box. And look, you might do nothing, you might run the ball out of play or whatever, but you might get a corner, you might get tripped over and get a penalty, but something will happen if you do get in the box and try. Nothing will happen if you don't. So that's why I love having a player like him, because at least you think, well, something's going to happen here. And the worst case scenario is up that area of the pitch, he gives the ball away. I don't mind that. I'd rather take the risk and have him just almost create a goal or score a goal or buy a penalty or do something, because you're a forward. Like, that's what you should be doing. And he'll get better. He'll get better with his technical stuff as well. So
I do.
I hope that we don't try and, through making him technically better, I hope we don't try and control that craziness though.
No, you got to keep it
like,
there, man. You got to keep.
I feel like that's what makes him so good. I feel like I don't want him to work on his technique and be, learn the system and make the runs that we expect him to run and the runs that Jota would maybe run or whatever, right? And then he lose that kind of off the cuffness, the same with Diaz. They both to an extent need to learn the system and be a bit more fluid in the team, but at the same time they do need that that wild card in them, where they just go, oh yeah, screw it, I'm just going to do what I want here, I'm just going to run at people or just run across the box and shoot and stuff, because you need that kind of variety or that just ruthlessness in your game to make things happen. Unless you're that good as a forward and you really know your teammates around you, then yeah, it's great. I mean, Man City are the perfect example, aren't they, where especially last season when they didn't have a forward, they'd play, every pass was perfection and then they'd just pass it in the end back of the net. But most teams actually need like a player that's just willing to go at people, like a Zaha for Palace or a St. Max for Newcastle or something. Like, you need these players to make stuff happen. So that's why I love him anyway.
Yeah, exactly. I agree. Just questioning from Gunben that I'll quickly answer. Jamie, can you answer this? Where is Savage? Do you know? So Savage is just doing his own thing at the moment. He's good. Don't worry. He's just doing his own thing at the moment. He'll be back eventually. But go and check out his wrestling channel. He's still doing his stuff, but he's just having a break. He's doing his own thing. Surely it's eventually score that volley. Yeah, it's got to go eventually, ain't it?
It's like the Matip run. We're going to keep seeing it. And one day it's going to come off.
And I've been saying this, and Remy's been saying this. I said Darwin can play on the left. I've been like, Remy's been saying it. He can play on the left in the 4-3-3. Do I want him out there constantly, though? Probably not. I'd like him eventually in the middle. But he can play out there. But I think when Diaz is back, especially, and Jota's back, it frees Darwin to play through the middle. I think there's a little relationship between Darwin and Mo. I think it's starting to grow as well. And I think we need to get them two closer together. So Darwin will have to play in the middle for me for that to happen. And then you get a Diaz or a Jota that can play off the left. And I think we're looking good as a forward line. There's no problem with our forward line. We're going to score goals. Darwin is just, he's a crumb short of a biscuit, ain't he? Let's face it. And I love him, though. I just love him. He's sort of taken that Origi spot, ain't he? Of like an icon at the club already. The fans love him.
Hero.
Yeah, the fans just love him, especially at Anfield. They absolutely love him at Anfield. The Anfield crowd just adore him. And he does stuff. He's got an assist today. He might not have scored today, but he got an assist. And he was involved. He doesn't know. There's one thing I will say about Darwin. The man don't hide.
Exactly, yeah.
He tries his heart out. He might look really uncoordinated when he's running, I will say. But it'll come. I think the longer he watches Mo in training, the better for him as well.
Yeah. Because the thing is, though, as well, Jay, like if you compare him to someone like Jesus, who he's been compared with a lot this season, like Jesus is a brilliant footballer, receiving the ball, can turn a defender, has got skill, good passing, links up, the whole attack looks fluid. But then at the end of the game, he's not got a goal or an assist. But like Nunez will. Like Nunez is nowhere near technically as good, but pure enthusiasm will get him on the score sheet or will get him an assist. And then like you look at come the end of the season, the guy's got like 20, 25 goals and you'll just be like, well, how? Because he's not technically great. And it's like, no, because it's all about his attitude, And actually he does have quality. I think that's being a bit harsh. Like he does have enough quality to be able to create these chances. Because otherwise, if he had no quality, he'd just miss him, wouldn't he? So he must have something about him.
And do you know what? Darwin Nunez does remind me a bit of Jibril Cisse. He does remind me a little bit of Jibril Cisse. Jibril Cisse was a crumb short of a cookie as well, man. He was just, he was mad as well, but he could run and he had all the ability in the world. I remember when we signed Jibril Cisse from Auxerre, and I was really happy about it at the time because I watched him at Auxerre and was like, this is a talent. Gerard Houllier loved him as well and watched him and think, this is a play, this. He had everything in his game, Dier to be one of the top strikers in the world if he wanted to. He had the pace, he had the finishing. That horrible leg break didn't help, I don't think. But man, he was a talent who never. He's one of them who I don't think fulfilled his talent.
No, I mean the injuries just.
Yeah, like a Stan.
You break both legs.
Well,
I mean,
the man couldn't fulfill his talent, but he was a great player. Nunez is technical, but he's masked by his craziness. Yeah. Look, you can't run at 100 miles an hour like he does, and go past people and pass the ball and shoot, get shots off. If you're not technically good, you just can't. It's impossible. I can't do it. I'm technically awful. It's just, he has to be technically good to run at the pace he does, to get shots off and to get passes off, and to go around people. So when people talk about how good is someone technically, then that's what I would look at. Dribble season championship manager. Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was different gravy. We had that thing with Hawks there, didn't we, where we nicked all their players.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Three times. Pace was destroyed after that. Yeah, it was. It was immense. It was mad. Right, guys, go finish up doing the ratings, because I'm not doing a ratings video tomorrow because it's the Champions League draw tomorrow, guys. So
what time is that? Do you know?
I'll be live at 10:30. It's 11 o'clock. It says.
Is it 11?
It could be 1 p.m. You know what that draw's like.
I know. Yeah, you'll have all Jesus. Yeah.
So yeah, I'll be live.
Just keep Cantona off the stage, because this guy just speak about the birds and the bees for about 30 minutes.
All right, guys, it's ratings time. So everyone in the chat, you know what you do. Give me a number for every player. We're going to start with Alisson, guys. So make sure you get your numbers, your rating in the chat for Alisson, Sexy Becca. Yeah, I don't care. Right. Cav, what are we saying for Alisson? I do think actually this was his best game today.
Yeah, totally agree. Yeah, I felt like on occasion where he should have been like coming out and being commanding, he kind of got roughed up a little bit, missed a few. I remember that one ball that was put into the box and he come out for it, missed it, and was it Perisic who headed it and it went wide or whatever it is? But he didn't
it as well at the same time.
Yeah, it's a bit crazy, but he actually didn't have a lot to do, which is crazy to say, considering we spent 45 minutes pegged back and defending the box. I can't recall many saves he had to make, but I felt like just coming out for balls and just being a dominating goalkeeper, it was okay. Good on, he did enough. 7. I'd give him a 7.
Yeah, 7 as well. Yeah, a lot of 7s, 8s in the chat. Yeah, I mean, he still did things excellently because it's Alisson, but with I haven't seen Alisson that, I won't say he was shaky or anything like that, but it's the most undecisive I've seen him in so long.
Yeah.
We're just not used to it. He's so flawless all the time. But keepers do this. The problem with the goalkeeping position, a midfielder can make a mistake, but it's not highlighted so much because he's got 3 other people around him. A goalkeeper makes a mistake, it's highlighted to heavens, ain't it? But he hardly makes one. And I don't even think he made a mistake today. He was just a bit, I don't know. Looked a bit nervy at times.
Yeah. No, that's a good way of putting it. It was a bit nervy.
Right, Robbo, guys. What are we giving Robbo in the chat? And with Alisson as well, you can tell he was panicking because he started to punch balls instead of catching them as well.
Yeah, exactly. We don't usually see that from Alisson.
No. I think that's what Sia just said. Yeah, he panicked when it came across his. Yeah, he did. So what we're getting Robbo? I thought Robbo was decent today. Again.
Yeah, although I can't really recall any moments in the game around him. In fairness to him, he was doubled up on for large parts of that second half. Dier was sort of getting out to the right hand side and overloading him, especially when Kulevsky come on the pitch. Like Nunez did come back, but he was a bit left stranded a little bit. And actually going forward as well, especially in that first half, because Nunez does what he wants and can drift in field. quite often Robertson can pick the ball up on the left and he's got no one in front of him,
Mm.
directly in front of him to play with. So he either puts the ball in the box or he just comes back. So although having said all of that, I still thought he was quite good. Didn't make any mistakes. So 7 for me.
Yeah, I'll go with that. I mean, if you look at his averages, it's about what he's getting. Right, Ibu was the best defender for me. That I think people might have got mistaken what I've been saying about Ibu. Ibu was good. I just don't think he was Maldini. That's all it is. I did think he was a bit in the early stages of the game. I thought he was a bit unsure of his positioning, and he was getting a bit, he missed time in a few tackles and stuff. But as the game grew, he was immense. I'm going an 8 for Ibu. I thought he was the best defender for us today. I thought he was immense.
Yeah, agreed. If 7's going to be the average for this team, I think Ibu was a bit above it. I think he managed Kane relatively well. I think he was given the assignment, and rightly so by Klopp, to just go and just be tight on Kane because
he followed him everywhere, didn't he?
Yeah. At one point, he was almost in Spurs' 18-yard box following him. But it was a good game plan because look, Kane, when he drops in and he turns, he can spread them balls out wide and usually through to like Son and Kulevsky and stuff, who obviously weren't available today. And I felt like if you got tight on Kane, you'd just nullify their entire attack. So I think he did a good job. At least forced him back, even if he didn't win the ball back. So. And we spoke about him earlier. I felt like he was the more defended, like more commanding centre back out of the two. So I thought he did well. I thought he did really well, and he was on Trent's side as well. He covered Trent on moments as well, quite well.
Yeah. So what are you giving him in total?
I'll give him an 8. Yeah, I'll give him an 8.
Yeah. He was class. I love him. A 10, 8.5, 8.5. Yeah, I can't give 0.5, so still KO still not good enough. I love him. I thought Ibu was very good, to be honest. We're stronger at the back. Yeah, I mean, he plays from now on. He plays from now on.
Definitely.
Did Ibu have stopped Kane from scoring that goal? Yeah, I think he could have got a little closer, maybe, I will say. Nice to have a centre-back who gets stuck in. Yeah, I mean... Yeah,
he maybe could have, but I mean, the finish is... I mean, that finish is, unreal, really, to lift it as well, and he didn't even pick his head up. First time shot across the keeper. It's a quality finish. Like, he maybe could have been there, but he actually did get there. He got it deflected slightly, didn't it? So.
Sorry, I'm really distracted because Peter Kay's going back live and he's putting his tickets up for sale. So I'm just like,
oh, is he?
Yeah.
He's been out of the game for ages.
Yeah, because he had a medical thing in 2010, didn't he? That was really bad. So he never told him to say to cancel. But he's kept the ticket prices exactly the same as they were in 2010.
Oh, wow.
Because of the crisis that's going in the country. So he hasn't upped them or anything. He's kept them 2010 prices. And they're going to sell next week. And he's my favourite comedian. I've just told Laura. She's like, oh, shit, I've got to have a look. So I've just gave her the website. So I was a bit distracted there, guys. But I'm back in the room. Right. Trent. Right. This is what I'm going to say about Trent. Today, he over-defended. Over-defended. I saw him trying to defend today, but still not succeeding in certain areas. Like, I actually saw him running back into right-back positions today. Busting the gut. He weren't walking. He was actually running back. He was trying to get in there with Session. He had a good battle with Session today at times. The penalty decision, well, I think was good defending by Trent. I actually think for once that was good defending. I said it at the beginning of the video. You're allowed to have contact. This is a contact sport. And he barged him with his shoulder and elbow into his side. I know Tottenham fans are saying he pushed him in the back. So I don't know what you were watching. It was, side. He didn't use his body, Trent. He used his shoulder and elbow like that, didn't he? Just to move him. You're allowed to do it. Contacts allowed. I thought that was good defending. I don't think he got roasted at any time today, apart from the Perisic time. Only Perisic, I think, once. but he over defended at times. You know, you could see he was really eager to show it. What I mean by it, you could see he was eager to defend. He was
Yeah.
eager to defend. You could tell he was, and he couldn't. And by the way, guys, everyone's saying it was a foul. I don't, and everyone going about the Man City penalty for Fulham, the Fulham penalty where Thingy got sent off. I don't think that was a penalty either. You are allowed to use your body. It's a contact sport. So for me, neither of them are a foul or a push. His passing's always good. I'm not like Trent's offensive play. I mean that bloody diagonal pass, that 50-yard diagonal pass he did when he was running on the move, and he just did it like it was like nothing. He's got that in his game. His passing was very good today, but yeah, he's just too eager. You can tell the defending side of his things coming out. Like, and did anyone read Trent's interview with them quotes of Trent?
Yeah.
Like when he said, everyone was telling me I've changed the fullback position, and now they're all telling me, oh no, I need to defend better. So I sort of agree with him. I do sort of agree with him. If you're told when you're 20 years old, you've changed the fullback area, what you're doing is change the game. And then 2 years later, everyone's going to you, oh, no. You've not changed the game, but you need to defend better as well. You'll be like, oh, man, like, it must be like, for that kid at that age, you must be like, well, I can't do anything right then, can I? So today, after them reading them comments, I see today that he was like putting in effort to defend, if that makes sense. You could see he was
I see that
attempting to it, but not quite pulling it off all the time. But again, offensively, I can't knock him. It's great. So I'm probably going for a 6 for Trent.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with everything you're just saying. I felt like today's game, and maybe the past couple of games, he's actually running back, and the work rate seems to be slowly coming back. Whereas at the start of the season, it was like non-existent, and you were like, Jesus, do you even want to be here, kind of thing. And he's targeted all the time. You know, in the first half, Sessegnon got by him a bit too easily. I thought it was at fault there. The Perisic, when he hit the crossbar, could he have done more there? Yeah, possibly. And then the second half was just constantly spray the ball out to Perisic on the left, isolating 1v1 with Trent. And I felt Trent didn't do too bad, actually, you know. And then obviously he's getting overloaded when the cross is coming in from the other side. But he didn't necessarily get caught out in that. So he wasn't great defensively. But it's the risk worth taking for me for what he can do going forward. And then passes, we shouldn't just get used to them passes, because they are, you know, world class. To be able to pick a man out 60 odd yards away on the diagonal whilst you're running, whilst he's running, it's unreal. I think I really hope that he doesn't go to the World Cup. I hope he gets rested, and he just, you know, comes back for the second half of the season really fit and energized.
Totally agree.
But on today's game, I would have given. This is hard. The highs are high, aren't they? But the lows are low.
Yeah, that's why I'm going 6. I think his offensive
I'll agree
work.
with 6.
His offensive work was like an 8. His defensive work was like a 4. So so imbecile.
The thing is, for the passes to be appreciated, you kind of need Nunez to like finish them off.
Yeah.
You need Nunez just to take that ball on his chest, touch around the defender, and then finish. And then you'd be like, oh my God, what a pass that was. But because it kind of broke down afterwards, then
Nunez was unbelievable. It was
just, yeah, exactly.
We got this is why people saying like where we should play Trent. That's why it's hard to not play him in your best 11 because of his ability he has on the pitch. But the other thing of it is rash at the back. And it's like, where do you work this out? But it's not like a Royale at Spurs, say, who's shit everywhere. You know, you got a player in Trent who's amazing going forward. Like Gary Neville said on his commentary today, he's just amazing going forward. But defensively, it could cost you a game. He's talking about Southgate, which I've got to say is weird. right? Because he's made comments after the game, ain't he, Neville, in his podcast. And he said Trent Alexander-Arnold will cost England games at the World Cup, and that's why he probably shouldn't go. At the same time, Eric Dier cost Tottenham the game today, and he's England's centre-back.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's kind of a weird statement. But then England build their centre-backs around Eric Dier and Harry Maguire, who are dog shit and can't defend. So it makes no sense. It's another thing going at Trent.
Imagine using that as a point, and then you look at the defenders that England have got in Dier, Maguire, Walker.
Exactly. You might
all
as well
of them
play
make
Trent
mistakes.
You might as well play Trent there, right? You might as well play him.
I think
that is so true as well. What Remy says, when he does defend well, no one ever says anything.
Yeah.
My wife just texted me. Sorry, she said because there's tickets for Peter Kane. She's just gone. Should we go over Birmingham or Liverpool? So she's doing it.
It's got to be Liverpool. It's got to be Liverpool.
Obviously, nothing's in Birmingham.
A bit further for you, but be better.
Liverpool. Go on, Cav. You just take this away.
Yeah. Who we on? Trent.
So Trent, what's the ratings? We got a week. No,
6.
Virgil.
Tough one to call today. Like, I feel like today's performance was just a bit average. I can't really recall any moments where he was necessarily caught out or, anywhere he got isolated. He didn't really have any opportunities from corners to try and attack the ball. I feel like Ibra stood out more than Virgil, but then that's probably because more questions were being asked of Conte. As in, I think Kane realised he weren't getting much joy out of Van Dijk and then chose to put himself on Conte and try and work down that channel a bit more. And then the threat was to isolate Trent, and obviously that's not his side. So, he's not really that involved in the game defensively because most of the left side of defence is pretty locked off between himself and Robbo. So I felt it was just an average performance, like not average in a bad way, just he turned up, he played, and nothing really happened. It's like
I said earlier, Virgil's like, right, you lot do my work. You just go out there. I'm going to sit back. I've got 10 more days and I'm out of here. He's sending the minions. Go, fly, my pretty.
So Cop Council saying he should have done better for the Spurs goal. I mean, possibly.
Big up, Connor.
It's tough though because Kulevsky was left space in front of the defense to go into. So you do have to get out and engage. If you keep dropping off, the guy's already on his left foot. He could have just took another couple of touches. It's a shot on goal. So it's a tough situation for Virgil. I don't lay a lot of blame on him for the goal, to be honest.
No, and I'm telling everyone, when you all watch the World Cup and you're watching the Netherlands play and Virgil's putting on a masterclass, you're all going to be pissed off, right? Because you're like, well, he did obviously hold back. But then when he comes back after the World Cup and he's the old Virgil again, we're all not going to care.
Mm-hmm.
But
exactly.
I'm going to give Virgil 6 as well, same as...
Give him a 6, yeah.
I think when I watched the overlap with Gary Neville with Virgil, and he basically came out of it and said, like, when they mentioned the World Cup, the way he was speaking after it, and then his performance today, putting it all together, I don't blame him either. The man missed the Euros because of injury. He's only got a little time left in his career to play World Cups. This might be his last one because Holland might not make the next World Cup. You just don't know. So, and then plus he'd be like 34, going on 35. So he might not even make the World Cup. Mm-hmm. So I don't blame him. I literally don't blame him. But he's not like putting in stinkers, though. I will say that. He's not like he's not Eric Dier. He's still like, but because Virgil is up here, and we know he's up here. When he comes down 50% of that, you can tell there's that drop, and you can tell. But 50% Virgil is still as good as anyone else around. So
yeah. And the thing is with Virgil, like I think if you could watch all the games back this season, you would say actually he's done well. But it's just in the crucial moments you can criticize him, and you'd say, he's seen where the ball was or where the attacker was. Why didn't he get out to him? Why didn't he put the tackle in? Why wasn't he more aggressive or just get his body on the line? Get in front of the shot. I think he's been a little bit too laid back in like the real split second decisions that he's got to make. He's made the wrong ones, but his overall game, you kind of overlook the fact that he wins most his headers. Like he wins most of tackles and everything. It's just them moments that have then gone on to cost Liverpool and then get highlighted. And like you say, we don't come to expect it from Virgil. We expect him to mop up absolutely everything. And at the minute, he's mopping up 9 out of 10 things, and that one thing is a goal, and like we're losing or drawing games, so it gets highlighted. So it's a difficult one. I would like to watch the games back though to really understand how well this game is played.
I mean, I think Virgil needs a regular partner as well, constantly.
That's true. Yeah,
like Gomez, Matip, and Conte all this season, and I think he just needs a partner. He knows he's going to have Ryan till the end of the season. And if that's Conte, I mean, I think a lot of people, we all love Matip, but I think everyone's starting with Conte now. You're seeing a player there. He's strong, he's quick, he's athletic, he can pass, and he can bring the ball out of the back as well. Not Matip style, but he's capable of doing it because of his strength and pace. It's very hard to stop him doing it. And I don't know, maybe for the foreseeable future, for the rest of the season, we just go Virgil and Conte at the back as the partnership and just leave them to it.
It is true. When you hear about other teams being analysed and other defensive partnerships, you're always like, but they've not played together a lot, or they've not managed to get a settled back four and this and that. But when it comes to Virgil, them conversations never happen. And you're dead right in saying he does need somebody that can at least play like 4 or 5 games next to, that's just consistent and build that relationship and understanding. Because at the minute, it's all just based off training and the fact that they've all been there a few years. Konate is a bit different. It's not been there as long, but and then the individual qualities. But yeah, how long do they actually get to work on that partnership? There's not consistent games, is it? It just comes down to quality, I think, really.
Yeah. I mean, we are blessed that we have good centre backs. That is one thing we have got to be thinking about. We have got very good centre backs. Look, I know Gomez ain't going through the best of times, but Gomez is 4th choice centre back. There ain't better. If you think about it, how many better 4th choice centre backs is there around?
Yeah, he's got qualities, but like I say, he needs. He just needs to play games and consistent games. But like I've said before, I don't think he'll get that at Liverpool. So
no, well, this should be a fun one. Fabinho. Now, I actually think this is Fabinho's best game for a while. Not saying he was good, but I think it was his best game. And the reason why this, I think, was Fabinho's best game, and I've been saying this for a while now, when Fabinho plays against other opposition midfields that don't have players that can run past you, Fabinho is always better.
Yeah.
Benzema, Højbjerg, they're not really going to run past Fabinho. That's just not their game. They're not going to run past him. So today, Fabinho did look a little bit better. But he still looked a bit unsure about himself. He went in for some 50-50s today, won the ball as well a few times, which I liked. That was the old Fabinho. There was that one when he absolutely smashed the ball. Was it Harry Kane? I can't remember. Was it Bentancur, weren't it? But he just caught Bentancur's foot on the follow through. I was like, that's bad. That's better. That's what you used to do. Nice to see. So nice to see you go back to basics at last.
Yeah.
But there's still bits of Fab's game that's still not there. But I give Fab a solid. I'll give him a 6. I thought he was decent-ish against Napoli in the second half. He was decent-ish today against a Spurs team that had a lot of midfielders in playing. So if he can just keep that going a little bit, he's paid his Premier in-bill. That's done. You know, he's back home with the family. Hopefully, from there on, he can start to move on a little bit. But yeah, what's your rating? And guys in the chat, don't forget to get your rating in for Fabinho in the chat, guys. But what's yours, Kev?
Yeah, look, I can't really add too much to what you said. I thought you got it bang on. I feel like his game is slowly, in the past couple of performances, 2 or 3 performances, his game's slowly getting better. And it's just confidence, to be honest. I feel like he just slowly sort of believing in himself again. And he's going in for the tackles and winning them as opposed to being bypassed. And, you know, when he gets the ball, his passing's not exceptional, but at least he's not giving it away. You know, he's keeping it simple at times and stuff. And he's slowly sort of building that confidence and getting better, which is good to see, obviously. So I feel yeah, today was a good performance. Like you said, no one really bypassed him. He didn't look out of place. He wasn't getting spun. So yeah, it's pretty decent.
Hopefully he's starting to just working his way back in now. Hopefully, let's see how he goes. Though he could put a stinker in against Southampton, we just don't know. But hopefully, his bad bit of form is starting to be behind him, and he's growing into the season.
Yeah.
Hopefully, he doesn't go to the World Cup. I'm not sure if he will or not, but if he don't, he'll have a nice rest, which will do.
I don't think he'll start either way.
No, but he'll have a good. Even if he does go to World Cup, if he ain't playing many games, then he's got to be resting anyway, isn't he? Harvey. Now, this Harvey comes in for a lot. Big up, Terry. Harvey comes in for a lot of stick off a lot of Liverpool fans. He's basically the midfield Darwin Nunez. I thought Harvey had an all right game today. I thought he had an all right game. He got stuck in. He had some good passes, good moments. Didn't do a lot. I'm not going to say he did anything amazing, but I think it's unfair to always go at Harvey. You know, when I think the worst midfielder today was Thiago.
We'll get there, Jimmy.
I thought he was dog shit. But I think Harvey and Fabinho are about the same in their performance today, both for 6. I thought they were both around that same kind of performance.
I give Harvey a 6 as well. I feel like first half he was good. I felt like he was always offering for the ball, and when he got it, he kept it pretty simple, but a good simple. You know, we were able to sort of play out from the back and build from the back, and he was part of that. His touch is always good. His pass is usually quite smart. He's quite well balanced. You know, receives the ball well. Looks like the most confident out of the midfielders, sort of receiving the ball, actually, which is a crazy thing to say. And he looked good in the first half. He fit the system really well. It was great. Second half, he got overrun. He got overpowered, and suddenly then balls into his feet where he was linking up and we were breaking. They weren't happening so much. He was just being bullied off the ball, and it looked like it was he was not struggling, because I still feel like he was one of the better midfielders in terms of getting the ball and keeping it. Yeah, he was still offering.
He wants to receive it, don't he? Yeah.
His attitude never changed. Yeah, you're dead right. But I felt like he was really struggling to do the things he was doing in the first half and link up. And at that point in the game, we needed an out ball. We needed somebody to keep hold of it and buy a foul or just, you know, play a pass that just eases pressure. And I felt like as much as he was offering, he wasn't able to do that for us. So I felt like he was one that maybe, although he was one of our better midfielders in the game, I felt like he was sacrificed for Henderson, but I felt like that sub should have been made a lot sooner, because he also wasn't really helping Trent out a whole lot on that side defensively either. So I would give him oh, this is hard. I feel like I want to say 7 because he's better than the 6s, but I feel like 7 might also be a bit high.
Yeah, I can't put points on it, but if I was going to, it'd be a 0.5 probably. I think it was a 0.5 better than Fab, but not quite.
Let's go 6 then. Let's go 6.
So we'll keep it at 6, but probably a 6.5.
Yeah.
Just a 0.5, a half a point better than Fab, I would say. Now this guy, Thiago, look, All right, we got to talk about Thiago. So I don't think Thiago's played well for a while now.
Said this.
I
Said
literally
this.
don't think. I literally don't think Thiago's played well for a while. Thiago defends well. There's no doubt about that. He'll always defend well because he's quite good at it, right? But my God, he can't pass at the moment. From being our best passer of the ball at the club to now, you know, Lovren passing. Saw him today. He couldn't even pass 3 yards today. I was like, Thiago, what is going on? What is going on? There was bits in his game today. He was receiving the ball. You know, he's really press resistant. Is Thiago? He's very good. You know, he's very good under the press. He's got a good turn. His awareness in the around the pitch is fantastic. He's got that 360 vision, ain't he? He always knows where he is, and all that's fine. That's still there. But then he was like giving 3-yard passes away, and I'm like, you've been swapped with somebody. It's like, what is going on? I literally thought he was our worst midfielder today. I'm going 5 on Thiago. I just thought he just didn't. His defending was good, like in the areas. If he needs to foul, he'll foul. If he can get stuck in. But Thiago's there to be creative and the spark in our midfield. And he had time. It's not like he didn't have time on the ball or anything. He had time on the ball in some areas, and he would just give away 3-yard passes. And he was passing like across himself today, which he never does. And
feel like
what are you doing, Thiago?
I said this in the preview. I think it was the preview we did, where I was like, I need him to step up again because the past few games he's kind of been distinctly average, but it's looked okay. You don't really think of it because it's Thiago, and you just assume he's had a good game. Whereas actually, you look at it and he was like really average, but everyone else was pretty poor. So then you're like, he doesn't stand out. And today I thought he was pretty. I don't think he was good today. Like you say, he was giving the ball away, and like you said, often he had time on the ball, and it feels like he's trying to do too much a little bit.
The perfect pass.
He's waiting for the man to press him, so then he can play that beautiful pass like round the corner or something. You just like, you don't always need to do that, because if you give it away like he did today, you're just inviting so much pressure. And I felt like he was pressing just on his own. Like he was going up the pitch and chasing down the defender. And I'm like, what you doing, mate? Like no one else is pressing with you. We've literally not pressed for like 20 minutes. Like he's running, and I get it. Sometimes you have to be the guy that initiates the press, but no one was going with him. And then he just left a big hole in midfield. And he's done it the past few games. And I'm a bit like, you don't really need to do that. And then it comes to the goal that we conceded. And I actually put quite a bit of blame on him because he's the wrong side of Kulevsky. So he's not goal side. Kulevsky runs into the space. Virgil's then got to step out, and then the pass is pretty obvious that he's got a slip in Kane because he's making the run across the back of him. And I feel like he is brilliant as he's been for us. I feel like the past few games he's not been it probably is tiredness because he's playing as well like 90 minutes.
Is he going to the World Cup?
No, he's not going. No.
Is he going? Because Spain are there, obviously. I'm just wondering if he's going to get picked.
They don't pick him. No, they've not picked him in the past few squads.
Well, if Thiago's going to the World Cup, fuck me, that is. If we have a fresh Thiago, if we got a fresh Salah, a fresh Thiago, a fresh Luis Diaz, and if Trent don't go and he's fresh after a 6-week break, and we beat Southampton next weekend, full sales, fuck it.
Positive, isn't it? I mean, you think to this game though, right? Look how much pressure was under for 45 minutes, and you think, okay, well, what type of player would you want to relieve the pressure? You think Thiago. He dictates tempo. Like that's the guy you want. Just give the ball to him. He'll relieve pressure. He'll go from us defending so much to suddenly being able to counter attack with brilliant passes and through balls and buying fouls and all this. But he did none of it today. He did absolutely none of it.
I ask this question. I think he's been here 3 years now, Thiago. Was it 2 years? Can't remember now. Came in the middle of the pandemic, didn't he? 3 years.
He come with Jota, didn't he?
Yeah. So would you arguably say this is his worst dip in form he's had since he's been at the club? Got mind-blowing. He plays around 25, 26 league games a season. So there's some injuries there. But usually when he plays, he's always good.
No, I feel like he's had 1 or 2 games where he's been. When you say form, though, I suppose.
But this is form now. It's been 3 or 4 games now where he's not been.
What about the COVID year where we lost 6 on the bounce? Was he available for them games? I feel like he was.
Can't remember. I know he was pivotal for us getting Champions League towards the end of it, though. He was tremendous, wasn't he?
I mean, he's not. Don't get me wrong. He's not awful. It's just not good. You know. Just
he's so good. He's so good. I mean,
Yeah.
on form, only I think there's not him and De Bruyne and maybe a couple of others in the Premier League are at a level. You know what I mean? And he's that good of a player. So when he comes down in form, it's so drastic.
Anisha makes a good point. He did struggle when he first came. I remember his first few games, he just got yellow cards all the time, didn't he?
Yeah, everyone was like, "What have you bought? What have you bought?" And it's like, he's coming in pandemic, man. I mean, give him time. But no, he's a quality player. He's just having a bad patch.
Yeah, he's just not been good the past few games.
Mo had a bad patch at the beginning of the season. Now look at him; he's fucking flying. He's gave Ireland a head start, and he's after him. You know what I mean? You know, Mo. Like, we'll get to Mo in a minute, but no, I think he's literally just having a bad form against Southampton. I bet he plays and he just has a 10 out of 10 performance, springs the ball everywhere beautifully. But yeah, he's just having a bad patch of form. But as long as we're winning, he's having that bad patch of form. I don't really mind so much. Yeah, but I'm going 5. I think he was the worst midfielder today, though. Yeah,
he was. Yeah.
Darwin Nunez, guys. This will be fun. Darwin Nunez. What are we giving Darwin Nunez in the chat? Get your numbers in right now. I love Darwin Nunez. I don't give a shit. I don't care what people say. Darwin Nunez is basically cocaine. Do you know what I mean? That's basically what Darwin Nunez is, man. That's basically where he gives you the highs, but it can come down real quick, and you need another hit. Not that I know. I'm just throwing it out there. Now, Darwin, look, he gets me on the edge of my seat. I'm addicted to Darwin. Darwin gets me on the edge of my seat. I'm telling you, and that's why I love him. A lot of Mo gets me on the edge of my seat. Mane used to get me on the edge of my seat when I watch him play. Thiago at his best does. And Darwin gets me on the edge of my seat because I don't know what the fuck he's going to do. Do you know what I mean? He gets the ball. Look, he's playing on the left-hand side of a front three. You know, he's playing on the left-hand side of a front three and might be not his most natural position. He's probably better through the middle. But I thought he's excellent today. You know, again, the first 3 minutes of that game, he had 3 opportunities to score. That one half volley, which I think Lloris saved pretty well. Probably wasn't much enough said of it. The second one, he sort of messed up. And then the third one, he got it, cut inside, tried to bend it round the corner, and not far off from hitting the target. You know, he's devastated. And he had the assist for Mo. He's a bit awkward with his running with the ball sometimes, but he's still scary. He's going 100 miles an hour, man. He's just lightning quick. He almost, was it Trent with the pass from right back where he almost got it into Darwin, and Darwin run right in between 2 centre-backs. And it almost got there. And if he got there, he's through on goal with his pace. I'm going to give Darwin a solid 7. I thought he was very good, and he's a threat. That's what more I can say.
Yeah, I mean, I'd give him an 8, but I've got an agenda, so
I'm happy with an 8 as well. It'll be chaos, man.
I just feel like without him, and I say this after every game he plays, if he didn't play, we wouldn't look half the attacking. We wouldn't have half the attacking threat we do. Like, yeah.
Okay, you sing.
He got an assist, okay. And maybe to get 8s and 9s and 10s, you've got to get 1 or 2 goals or a hat trick or a couple of assists or whatever. But I just feel like he just brings so much energy to that attack. And like without him, we don't look half as threatening. So I'd give him an 8. He got an assist. Screw it.
Nunez's touch is so bad. Did he have a bad touch today?
His touch wasn't bad. It's what he did after.
Yeah. I don't think Darwin's touch is actually that bad. If Darwin's touch was that bad, would he have been able to control that pass from Robbo that was behind him, bring it into him, half turn, and assist
Exactly.
Salah for the first goal?
Yeah, pick his head up and find a pass.
Yeah, we've got to be careful. We've got to be careful. Yeah, it's like Eunice said, didn't you see the first goal? We've got to be careful with this touch thing. As I keep saying, he's raw. He's like, you know what he is? He's that raw, wonky veg you get in Morrison's. That's what that's what he is. You know, it's like, yeah, I know it's a carrot, but it don't look like a carrot. You know?
Yeah, why is it floppy? Yeah.
That's what Darwin is. I love Darwin. I think he's going to be I think he's going to be a player for us. And I thought he's, again, like you say, Cav, apart from Mo, there's just no one doing anything else in his front three at the moment. And he's threatening. He makes something happen. You know, we're going to have tight games. We're going to have really tight games where it's just, we're going to have a tight game one day and it's going to be 0-0. And Darwin's just going to do something ridiculous and get a goal. Or he's going to do an assist or something like that. And we're like, yes, Darwin. Yeah. But there's going to be games where we're like, Darwin's clean through on goal and he puts it wide and we go, fuck it, Darwin. He's just that kind of player at the moment. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just his price tag doesn't justify his performances. I understand what you're saying. Don't get me wrong. But Richarlison was £5 million cheaper. Who would you rather have?
I think you can describe Trent in the same way you describe Nunez. Is it they both have flaws, but they both bring so much to the team and they both create so much, you know, attacking wise that you have them in your side. And look, if you can get in the Liverpool starting 11, you must be a half decent player, right?
Yeah. And look, when everyone's back as well, when you got Jota's back and Diaz is back, you know, I think Darwin through that number 9 position eventually. I think them three. I think Darwin's he's only going to get better. Do you know what I mean? He's only going to get better as a footballer. But yeah, we'll go with a 7.
Okay.
Because if he scored, I probably gave him a 9 to be fair. But right, Mo. Right, Mo's looking decent again. Mo. We're playing back 4-3-3. Like you hear Mo today playing again in my favourite formation. This is what happens. You know. You look back at the beginning of the season and you're like, why did we play Mo so wide? Why did we play Mo so wide? Because you look at him now and you're like, this is a goal scoring machine, isn't it?
Yep. Get him in and around that box. He scores goals. But the thing is, like, you say, why did we start him so wide? And I do slightly agree. But at the same time, like the 4-3-3 formation, what that does is that says to him, look, you are a right winger, but if you can read the game well enough and you make the right runs, then you'll get central. And like when that box is coming in from Robbo, obviously the ball's on the left side of the pitch, and naturally your right-sided players will come in field. That's how he manages to get in the box. But what he mustn't do is, and we will see it in games this season, he'll play exactly that same position, right side of the 4-3-3, but he'll be forced wide because the players will double up on him and the fullback will sort of do well against him on the day. I mean, how many times have we seen, well, I've done previews to games and I've looked at the fullback and gone, Mo should eat them alive. And then he just doesn't. They nullify him out the game. So it is partially down to him making sure he's getting in them positions as well. You know, it's a tough one though, because playing him as a striker also only really works if you've got like Nunez on the pitch and stuff as well. So it's a tough one. But I think that 4-3-3 formation, him on the right, is probably his best position even still.
Yeah, he has 9 goals in 8 games.
9 goals in 8. I think he's got 19 goals and assists in 20 games this season. Ridiculous for a bloke that's having his worst season, isn't it?
I believe he's the top goal scorer in the Champions League at the moment as well.
Yeah.
And has he now got 45 goals against the top 6 in the Premier League? That's just mad.
Yeah. I'm trying to think how many it was going into the game. It must have been 43. You must be right.
That's such a mad stat, ain't it?
Crazy. This guy is just. I said a few weeks back that I need this guy to step up because he's the highest paid player in the club's history, and I don't think we should ever overlook that. You know, that comes with a certain amount of weight. You know, you're the big dog now. I know you've done it and you've earned it, but when you get that pay packet and you get all the plaudits and all the labels that you've been getting, you have to still step up. And I feel like at some points this season he's not really stepped up as one of the leaders in the squad. But the past few games, maybe more than that, he has stepped up, not just with the goals, but I feel like his overall game is a bit better. You know, even today, you know, he got the 2 goals, but he was in the game. He was wanting the ball and then passing it and getting involved and stuff. And that's the Salah I want to see, because he's devastating. He's so strong. He's so fast. He's clinical. Like he is still. I know a lot of people saying he isn't, but in my opinion, he is still world class. Like,
yeah. He's still, he's deadly, man. He's an elite finisher. He's an elite footballer, and he gets a 9 from me today. I just thought it was a threat all game. I mean, the first goal, I don't think anyone spoke about his touch that set up the movement as well. Mm-hmm. It was his touch, that's, you know, little touch and pass he did that set up the whole move. You know, and he makes the run. He doesn't watch his pass. He runs into the box, wanting to get on the end of things, and he's just, he's back. And if he's got to be fresh, man, when we come back after the World Cup, and that could be deadly for everyone. Really good.
Yeah.
Right, talking about non-deadly, Bobby Firmino. Look, I love Bobby. I don't know a Liverpool fan who don't love Bobby Firmino, but look, he was shocking, wasn't he? It's just, he didn't offer anything today. And I love the guy a bit, so I really do. It will be the most heartbreaking player that leaves under Jurgen Klopp, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. I was like, okay, Marnie's leaving, you know. When Bobby leaves, I'm going to need therapy. You know, it's just, I love Bobby Firmino, but we all do. But I don't know.
Hey, Bobby is very capable of throwing up stinkers, isn't he?
Yeah, very capable.
Like, he's so capable. Like, he, you remember when I said to you, like, weeks back, I was like, I can never excuse Bobby for losing his first touch and his passing ability. Like, lose everything else, lose your pace, lose your finishing. I don't care what it is, right? Never lose your touch, because you're a Brazilian, man. Look at how your career's been. Look at what you've offered to this team. Like, it's always been about your touch and your link up and your skills and that. Mate, this guy's touch today was horrendous. Like, absolutely horrendous. The ball doesn't stick to him. Like, can you imagine Klopp? Like, he thinks, you know what, I'll play Bobby as the 9 because at least the ball will stick and he'll bring other people into play. And one week he does it, and then the following week he cannot control anything. It's like he's playing with a beach ball. Like, it's crazy. But in fairness to him, he's probably tired as well, because he is playing
too much football this season.
Yeah, he's playing a lot. So
31 years old now. I mean, we got to protect Bobby a bit, but. Yeah, I mean, big up to Agal as well. I hope you're doing well, Agal. Yeah, we did, you guys. Yeah, we did a job on Spurs for you today. Yeah, I mean, big up to Agal. Big up to Arsenal doing well this season as well. But yeah, Bobby, I love Bobby, but for me, Bobby's more of an impact player now, in my opinion. I think he's that player that comes off for half hour. He comes on for half hour, 20 minutes, and he can impact games that way. I just don't know, starting at the moment.
He's not a starter for us. That is the truth of it.
When everyone's just back,
not consistent enough.
Yeah, when everyone's back, I can't see him in the starting 11. You know, when Jota's back, Diaz is back. You got Darwin, you got Mo. You know, at the moment they're all a bit more impactful in games. Yeah, and you know, Mo. Look, Bobby's been good this season. I'm not going to diss him. He's got goals and assists this season. He's been decent, but when he's not involved in the game, he's not really doing anything. And that's a problem.
Sometimes he goes beyond that, though, Jamie. Sometimes he's an actual hindrance. Yeah. Because, like, he comes deep to receive the ball and he gives it away in that midfield. And you're just like, oh, no. And I actually sometimes, you know, when he's having a bad game and then he comes into midfield to receive it, like, I'm like fearful that they'll give him the ball. Because I'm a bit like, he's just not on it today. Whereas other weeks, he receives the ball and he's late. He's linking up, and you're like, Jesus Christ! Like he flip flops too much between them performances. Like, but maybe that's what we should just come to expect for like a player now that I think we can agree is a bit of a squad player.
Well,
And it pains me to see because like this guy's brought so much joy to the football club. Like he's been such a good servant, but you have to kind of say it as it is. You know, you can't let that cloud your judgment when we're doing these ratings. And he was bad today.
Oh yeah, he was shocking. He was absolutely shocking. So, I love Bobby Lowe, and he has got a role in this team this season still. And going forward, there's going to be games that we need Bobby. I don't doubt that, but I don't think Bobby's that player we can rely on anymore. That's the difference, and that's gone now. And we just got to move on from that. But as a squad player, I'm happy for Bobby to be a squad player, no doubt about it. Because I've said it many times. There ain't many teams that have got someone like Bobby who can come on off the bench, for 30, 20 minutes in games, and with his fresh legs for 30 and 20 minutes, you get an impactful Bobby Firmino, and that's how he probably should be used going forward after the World Cup as well. But a lot of people have been saying in the chat about Carvalho. Maybe we can use him there in the false nine area, and I've been saying this since we bought him, that Carvalho could be the player that replaces actually Bobby Firmino, and you could play him in that false nine position where he comes deep, and lets Salah and Darwin come in field a bit more, and he picks up that pocket because they're quite similar players, and he's just younger. So it's something we could try, maybe looking at.
Trouble is that's probably years off though. That's the trouble, isn't it?
Yeah, maybe do it against Derby with two strikers with him. Against Derby, give it a go because the Derby. I don't care about Derby. Going to be honest, we go out. I really don't give a shit. But we won that cup. That's done.
Give Bobby a 5. Give Bobby a 5.
Yeah, Bobby. Yeah, Bobby was. He was.
I can just see his. As I say 5 now, I say his crap. I can just see his face just smiling back at me.
Yeah, I know.
It hurts to say.
All right, let's just give 5s for everyone else, by the way, because they're all nodding because none of these did anything.
Yeah. In fairness to Ox, he actually got 1 touch when he came on, which is pretty decent. Yeah. He bought a foul, actually. In fairness to him, credit.
Yeah. Fucking Hendo, like I said it earlier, bringing on Hendo when we need to up the pace of the game is like taking a Formula 1 drip car off and bringing on the 1986 Skoda. It's just not. We need to up our. We haven't got the impact off the bench at the moment, and that's just what's missing. But
I think the thing is the disappointing thing for me in Henderson today, and I'm not too fussed about it to be honest, but like he was brought on in the game to sort of help cover the Trent and to get hold of the ball and start relieving some pressure, and he didn't do any of that. Like nothing really changed when he come on the pitch, and you're a bit like, oh come on, Hendo, like you're fresh legs. Do you know what I mean? Get about, put a challenge in, get hold of the ball and keep it simple. Like your captain, your experience, like use all of that. And I felt like nothing really changed when he come on the pitch. And I was screaming for him to come on the pitch because I thought we were getting overrun in midfield, overpowered, and it was a matter of time before we conceded. And I felt, bring your captain on. Do you know what I mean? He's got energy. I know he's not got energy for 90 minutes, but for 15, 20 minutes, he can do that job. I feel like he didn't really, and that was a bit of a shame. But
I'm being sick of rocks at 10 for touching the ball for the first time in 10 years. Oh, Jesus Christ. No, guys, thank you very much for joining me today. We are back live tomorrow. I've got the Champions League draw on the channel, guys, so I'll be live around 10:30. Hopefully the draw's at 11 a.m. It could be at 2 in the afternoon. We don't know. Depends if Eric Cantona gets a microphone. But I'll be live at 10:30 for the Champions League draw. Then I'll be around Tuesday for the Derby preview and everything, and then looking forward to the Southampton game. And that'll be our week, guys. So the poll has spoken, and the poll in the chat has gave Mo man of the match with 62%, Konate on 29%, Darwin on 8%. So Mo definitely man of the match.
Yeah, it's gotta be.
Big up, Mo Salah. Thanks for coming on, my man. I appreciate it.
No worries. Always a pleasure.
Everyone in the chat, I'll see you at 10:30 tomorrow morning, guys. fresh and early for the Champions League draw. As hopefully we get Porto. Big up to everyone. See you all tomorrow. Sleep well.